trigger scream or scream or I can't even talk. Like this is trash. We're live, right? We're live. We're fucking
Alex
live.
is so triggered.
He's so triggered. We're all well, he's triggered. I'm just triggered with him because it's funny.
I gotta play a game. I'm too fucking triggered. All right.
Trigger stream.
So welcome. You got okay, guys. So yeah, welcome everybody to the Trigger Stream, brought to you by Alex and his salt.
Oh my god.
Oh Jesus. Oh my Jesus. But before we get started with our stream today, with our podcast today, let's go ahead and introduce the panel. We're gonna start with the new Salt King.
Ooh, Salt King boys.
Salt King boys. We got a new reigning king of salt here. Alex, go ahead. Introduce yourself.
What's up? I'm pissed.
That's it. That's all. You done?
That's all you get today.
That's all you get today. Okay.
What's up?
Well, we have a more mild-mannered individual here, Miss Nia. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
What is up, everybody? It is your girl Nia, the video game her, and this is another episode of Team Red Talks Nintendo. Lots of triggering topics to talk about the week before E3.
Just call it the trigger
just
podcast.
call it the trigger stream because there's a lot of things to be triggered about right now, and it's a week before E3. So let's go ahead and
get those fucking headphones.
Okay, hold on. Before we get started, the funniest thing ever is that Nia's triggered about something, and then Alex is triggered about another thing, and then I'm kind of like just like in between the triggering, like not super triggered, but just like, huh? So it's hilarious. So we're gonna go ahead.
We never get another Metroid game.
Oh my God, stop it. So we're gonna go ahead and start with the the bullshit news because nobody gives a fuck about this stuff, honestly. So FIFA, does anybody care? Just honestly, does anybody care? Nobody cares. But
we
FIFA,
gotta talk about FIFA.
We gotta talk about it.
EA's trying to fuck us again.
EA's doing shit. So
the people need to know what EA's up to. Let them know.
You're gonna interrupt all day, y'all. Get ready. So FIFA, EA. FIFA on Switch is FIFA 18 after all, and it launches September 29th. So I'm going to read the original article, and then we're going to go rewind and go to the update portion. So there's
Why can't I skip this fucking cinematic?
I don't even know, but there's been some uncertainty as to what FIFA on Switch actually is. EA seems to have finally settled on things, as a new announcement that just went out has the game down as FIFA 18. Cristiano Ronaldo of Real Madrid, will be appearing as the global cover star of FIFA 18. We also have confirmation that I don't even know who this guy is.
He's like the best soccer player in the world.
Okay, I don't care. We also have confirmation that it's launching on September 29th for a while. I don't watch soccer. Why do I give a fuck? We've included a trailer promotional, which y'all can also check out. I'm sure there'll be some links somewhere in some places. Of note, before anyone gets confused, the video above isn't where we've received information. And they have an update now. So they updated their article recently, and this concerning note was found buried in the video, and it says something about Frostbite technology and the journey Hunter returns mode, or some nonsense basically. But to make it in layman's term, it looks like FIFA 18 on the Switch was not made with the Frostbite Engine in mind, and at least one mode is missing. We're hoping that EA hasn't made a ton of compromises here. FIFA 18 Switch version is likely more in line with the PS3 and Xbox 360 version as opposed to PS4 and Xbox One. This sounds like a Wii U situation all over again.
Yeah.
Who wants to take the floor on this one?
I think that this is just EA just dipping their toes in. And we all know that anytime that there's a third-party developer that decides to dip a toe in instead of just going full in, is always going to take the L at the end of the day in regards to Nintendo products and how much their products sell on Nintendo devices. And one of the things that people fail to understand about the Nintendo community is that it's not that we don't want to buy third-party games. We just don't want to buy a lesser product. We don't want to buy a product where the manufacturer makes us feel like we are an afterthought.
Right.
And I feel that doing this might be saving them money in the long run because they're not having to make some variation of the Frostbite engine to work on the Switch. And it might honestly just be to their detriment. I feel like in the end, it might have been worth it to maybe try to get that working some kind of way to where they could get this extra mode and maybe even the Frostbite engine if they weren't gonna, take out the time to try to make that extra mode for the Switch specifically. I feel like it would have been worth the money because, like, you look at a game like NBA 2K, what is it, 17? Or are we getting 17 or 18 this year?
18.
They
18.
are not being toe dippers. You know what I mean? And like,
they're going all in.
They're going all in, and then the Nintendo
if
community
people don't buy that, that's on the fan base.
Then that's on the fan base. But I'm seeing a lot of people saying like, "Oh, it's dope that NBA 2K18 they're not being toe dippers. They're giving us the whole shebang bang. Like, it's earning them a lot of goodwill with the Nintendo community. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I think that it's worth it to just go full in and just give people what is on the other versions.
Yeah, don't I get what you're saying because it's like I get what EA's doing, but at the same time it's like just do the damn thing. Like, just do it. Just do it. Some folks will actually purchase the item, and then there's some of us who honestly.
There's going to be a lot of people that buy this. You know why? Because EA is not being upfront with what they're doing.
That is
look
very
at that trailer,
true.
It's in very fine print saying that the Switch version is not going to run the engine. The Switch version's not going to have the single-player campaign. They're not letting you know. They're trying to trick you. And we've seen the song and dance before. They did it with the Wii U and Mass Effect 3. They tried to charge you $60 for an old-ass game, and then like a month later, they released a trilogy on 360 and PS3.
True.
Like, this is, I guess, less egregious because it's not a trilogy coming around the corner that we know of. But like, this is terrible.
Right.
Like, nobody should buy this version. I don't care if you want a soccer game. Don't fucking buy it.
Right.
Go buy it somewhere else. Like, nobody should be buying this game.
Yeah, and it's like, it is kind of misleading because like you have this trailer and they're including like the Nintendo version inside of the trailer.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, and it's coming. Right. And they're like, oh, well, it's also coming day and date. But they're failing to really just explicitly tell you that in the Switch version, there's a portion of the game that will not be there.
You're not getting the full game. You're getting a dumbed down.
How are we not getting the goddamn fucking story mode, man? Like, I guess I can understand the Frostbite Engine thing. Maybe the Switch just cannot run the Frostbite Engine. That's whatever. That's out of their control. But you're telling me we can't even get the fucking story mode? Come on! Like, this is not a last generation console. You expect this from the 360 and PS3 because they don't want you to buy those consoles. They want you to move up. This is Nintendo's new console.
Right.
Like, no good is going to come from this for EA. And what that means for us is they're going to stop putting games on the Switch. That's all it is.
That's all it is, yeah.
You'd have to be an idiot to buy this version. Sorry. Like, unless you really, really, really want a portable soccer game, you'd have to be an idiot to buy this version of the game. Because there's no benefit to you other than portability. It's going to be an inferior version to the Xbox One and PS4 version.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy. I can't believe they're pulling this shit so early on. Toe dipping is never a good idea. Look at Retro. Toe dipper. Not a good idea. Never a good idea.
I don't know. I don't know why I don't know. I don't understand why some of these companies are still dipping their toe in the water. Like, EA is infuriating with this, but
EA, like, every once in a while, EA starts to look like they're turning around and stop being a bunch of fucking assholes.
And they bout face.
And then they go and do something like this.
It's hilarious at its best, but I mean, I don't know. But like, I don't know. I still have the question of how many people are honestly going to get this game.
I think a lot of people will just because they don't know that they're going to get screwed over.
Yeah, the less informed are gonna get screwed over for sure, but like,
yeah, because EA is marketing this like it's just another version.
Just like, it's just like the same version as all the others, and like people unlike ourselves who are more informed about this stuff, they're just gonna be like, oh, I want FIFA on the Switch so I can play on the go and all this other stuff, thinking that's what's gonna happen, and they're not even getting story mode, they're not getting any of that stuff, and then they're gonna be mad. And they're gonna open up that disc or whatever they do, or download it, and they're gonna be pissed. They're definitely gonna be mad. Like, what is this trash? Because
Yeah.
As they should be mad.
first and foremost, they're misleading. The advertising is misleading as hell. So that's the first thing, and then they're
That's
not
some
really.
fuckery.
That's big time fuckery. Like, they need to be
I
more
really
upfront.
hope that Nintendo actually shows their version at E3 so we can see it in action. And
yeah.
maybe
And I mean,
it is getting
maybe if
the
it looks
story
good.
mode. Like, it's still
Who
not
knows?
100% confirmed
Right.
because it says that the Xbox One version and PS4 versions are getting the story mode, and then
Right.
it says some versions may not. So Switch was never mentioned in the area that is getting it.
Right.
So it seems like they're not.
It could and it couldn't.
But
So it's
it
like,
could be that Nintendo wants to announce that themselves, but that would be a stupid thing to want to announce. But
I mean, if they want to add that in E3, I don't know.
yeah,
Well, that's
see.
our E3 announcement. You know, you can.
Oh,
do
hey,
the
what's
story
up,
mode.
Real? What's up, G-Rock?
Hey,
G-Rock is definitely not informed.
He is totally not informed.
He's a foolish man.
Very foolish. All right. So, is there anything else you want to put on that little topic there, or shall we move on?
Yeah, fuck
All
you,
right.
yeah.
Fuck EA. Brought
Fuck
to you
you.
by the
the triggered king
The
of
triggered.
Team
Now I'm
Red
not having
today.
it today.
He
No
is
more
so
triggered,
triggered today.
Today, Alex is triggered. He is the trigger king.
It's all bad news today.
He's been having a hard time, so bear with him, you guys. Give him a hug. He needs it. So moving on to our next topic. Mega Man Legacy Collection 2 is announced, but is skipping the Nintendo Switch and 3DS.
I fucking hate you, Capcom.
Straight up, fuck the 3DS, but why the Switch is missing it? Let's find out. Yeah, so Capcom has officially announced the existence of Mega Man Legacy Collection 2, which was outed by the Korean rating back in April. It includes Mega Man 7, 8, 9, and 10. Unfortunately, it won't be coming to Nintendo Switch or 3DS, despite the fact that Mega Man 7 was even a SNES exclusive, while 9 and 10 was WiiWare versions. So it says this collection follows in the footsteps of 2015 Original, which was released on the 3DS as well as other systems. Here is some PR blurb, the PR blurb, which explains some of the bonus goodies in the classic game compilation, which basically the compilation of 4 timeless adventures in one package. Mega Man Legacy Collection 2 features the most recent entries. The collection also includes museum jam packed with history and product art, challenge remix stages for long-time fans, first-timer friendly options like added armor and checkpoint saves for easier reload, journey through the latter entries in the series with this 4 titles. Mega Man 7 introduced mysterious rival base, my bad, and his companion, Treble, while Mega Man 8 featured the series' first impressively animated and fully voiced cutscenes. Mega Man 9 marked the series' return to its roots with 8-bit visuals, music, and gameplay, and Mega Man 10 retained these features and included 3 playable characters. We do find it a little bizarre that Capcom has overlooked Nintendo platforms for games, with the exception of Mega Man 8, where exclusives to or well receive on Nintendo hardware. So here's my theory. Get the fuck out of Smash Brothers then, Mega Man, because why the hell? What the hell? We market your shit in our game, but you can't bring your fucking we market your fucking character in our game. A party brawler, whatever you want to call it. I don't give a shit. But it's in your game and it gets a lot of fucking, people watching and seeing and playing it, and it's loved by many, and you can't even give us Mega Man Collection.
Right.
Why? Questions. Go.
I
Who
feel
wants
like
to talk on it?
I feel like if Nintendo, like you said, if Nintendo really wanted to be petty, they would take Mega Man out of Smash.
I would be a petty. I would be petty as shit. I'd be like, I'm sorry, fans, but because
turn him into a trophy.
Yep, I'd be like, oh, I'm sorry, Super Smash Brothers Deluxe, Mega Man is a trophy now. That's it. You only get them on the Wii U version, and I'm pretty sure not too many people give a fuck about a Wii U, but
right.
Hey,
And we
You
were
want Mega Man?
yeah.
He's on Wii U, but he ain't on the Switch no more.
And we were even talking about this before we went live. Like Nintendo brought Mega Man back to relevancy with Smash Brothers for Capcom to turn around and not even put the Mega Man Collection on 3DS or the Switch.
Disgusting.
Like that's kind of messed up. Especially when like the first Mega Man Collection was on the 3DS. Like why wouldn't they put it on the Nintendo version? I mean the Nintendo console for the second one. I don't understand why they would make that choice, but it is what it is.
That's stupid. That's real stupid.
Especially when the Nintendo Switch right now has a really good like attach rate, you know what I mean? Because it's there's not a whole lot of games on the Switch right now, and then even like the old like Neo Geo games are doing really well.
Yeah,
even those are doing very well.
Yeah, so
yeah,
like,
so
why
this
not?
would definitely do good.
Yeah.
Why not?
Like,
why would you want that extra money? Like, I don't know. Like, did they forget? Like, did they forget the Switch was a thing? Like,
they can't have forgot. They helped make the Switch.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just like,
they were very involved with the Switch's design.
Or so they claim.
Yeah,
like,
I find it hard to believe with the way they act.
Like, this don't seem like you was on board. Capcom senile. They got that fucking senileness going on. Oh, dude, we forgot about the Switch version. Yo, is it okay we just go ahead and not make one because we don't got time for that? Oh, that's cool. That's cool. You know, hey Reggie, can you go ahead and remove Mega Man from Smash real quick for me, bro? Go ahead and do that for me real quick. Oh no, y'all don't have to do that. No, we definitely fucking do. Cause how do you forget? Like, I don't know.
G-Rock in the chat said maybe Mega Man is gonna get an exclusive Switch game. I highly doubt that.
I don't think so. We haven't seen Mega Man in a while.
Collection though, that still doesn't make sense.
Still doesn't make sense that the collection wouldn't be.
The collection's a bunch of old ass games. Like maybe that whole collection is gonna become part of Nintendo's Netflix virtual console, so they don't see the point of putting it on.
I mean, if that's the case, then I would give them that, but
if that's what they're doing, then a high five for you, Capcom. But until I see that, go eat a dick! Go eat a fucking bag of baby dicks!
But like, even with that, it's like, I don't know. I guess we'll have to see, but like, even if they were, this is my thing. Even if they were coming out with some kind of standalone Mega Man game for the Switch, you would still want to get some hype around Mega Man by releasing some previous games on the Switch.
Yeah,
this would be perfect. Hey, look, Mega Man's here on the Switch. Yeah, let me go get these old games I bought over and over again because whatever the fuck reason. And, you know, and then, and by the way, E3, we got Mega Man coming to the Switch. Oh, fuck yeah. Or whatever. Just, I don't know. But, I don't know. I don't see that coming.
I'm not impressed with Capcom right now. Like, how they're handling the Switch is a joke. They come out bragging that they're the ones who made it 4 gigabytes instead of 2 or whatever, and that they're super excited to support the Switch. The first and only game that's out for the Switch for them is an overpriced 20-year-old fighting game that they're ripping people up with. And now they're bringing a Monster Hunt. Monster Hunter's cool and all, but let's be real. That's an HD res port of a 3DS game that came out in Japan, 6 months ago?
Yeah.
Who fucking cares? Where are the, and they won't even bring out a collection of games that was on. The first collection was already on the 3DS, and the 3DS actually got a collector's edition with a Mega Man Golden Amiibo, but they're not putting the second version in. Like, this is retarded. Like, what is Capcom doing? No wonder they're, almost fucking bankrupt all the time. Like, ain't nobody buying these collections on the Xbox and PlayStation. Like, they have too many games to choose from to be worried about these little collections. Yeah. Nintendo doesn't have that problem.
Exactly.
At all.
Especially with the Switch, because the Switch doesn't have that many games out right now. So, if you're going to sell copies of that, it's going to be on the Switch first. That's just reality.
Yeah.
I just don't understand Capcom sometimes. They're so stupid. They're such a retarded company. Oh my god, they're one of the dumbest, if not the dumbest Japanese developer other than Konami, obviously.
Behind Nintendo,
Konami is definitely up there.
But even Konami brought out a new game with Bomberman. At least that was new, not just a 20-year-old port.
That's true. At least Konami did come through, and Bomberman actually did well on the Switch.
It did. Even though it was overpriced, but it still did well.
But, when you're starving for games, you'll buy anything, so you would think.
That's true.
You would think we are in a thirsty little stage right here on the Switch on this side. Let's not get it twisted.
Capcom just annoys me with how
I don't
stupid
know.
they are.
All right. Anything else you want to bring along on this topic, or shall we move right along?
I don't have anything else to say about this other than Capcom needs to just bring it. Like, if you
All
like
right.
money, bring it.
That's what I'm saying. Get that money. Get that money. So I just need to make a public service announcement. This is a trigger warning, this topic that we're about to get into. Trigger warning for Alex. So just, you guys be ready. He's going to rant, and I'm going to give him the floor and let him have his moment. So let me get through this first, Alex, and then you can rant away. Say what you need to say. Just let me finish, please. Okay, Kanye West, let me finish.
Oh my god.
Okay, Taylor.
Thank you. All right, so Pokemon Direct today. Stop! Don't do it. Just keep playing your game, homie. Pokemon
I almost
Direct.
did it.
That's why I had to stop you, because I knew you were gonna do it. Pokemon Direct recap: Pokemon DX, Ultra Sun and Moon, Pokemon GS Virtual Console. Hold on. The Pokemon Direct has announced a Switch game and 4 titles coming to 3DS before the end of the year. We're going to get Pokken Tournament DX, which was announced for the Switch. The upgraded version of the 2016 Wii U fighting game will add 5 new characters, 4 from the Japanese arcade version. I don't know how to say these names, so we're moving on. And new match options will be offered as well. Pokken Tournament DX will release on September 22nd. Also launching on this 22nd of September will be the first 3DS Virtual Console titles to release in roughly 21 months. Pokemon Gold and Silver will come to the 3DS along with support for Pokemon Bank as with last year's Red, Blue, and Yellow releases. And finally, Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon will be mainline RPGs for the year, releasing on 3DS on November 17th worldwide. This game will be a alternate story for Sun and Moon with new forms of Pokemon. Okay, done. You can go ahead and rant. Go.
Where do we even begin? Should we begin with the fact that Pokemon Sun and Moon came out on the 3DS, not even a year ago? It's already getting remastered, and somehow the Pokemon Company has forgotten that Nintendo has released a new console / hybrid / handheld, whatever the fuck you want to call it, and all they want to give you is Pokken Tournament, a game that already died on the Wii U that no one gives a fuck about, and they're trying to revitalize it for some reason, even though ARMS is about to come out, and ARMS is going to be the better game. That's just a fact. I don't understand. I don't care that Pokken Tournament's coming. That's cool. For people who like fighting games, that's great. I'm happy you get a fighting game. There's no reason that Pokemon Sun and Moon Ultra, whatever the fuck it's called, cannot come to the Switch in the same way that Monster Hunter has come to the Switch with crossplay. I don't care what generation it's from. It doesn't fucking matter when you have a new console that came in mid-generation because the Wii U is such a fucking worthless piece of shit. And now we have a new console that acts as a hybrid device, which can easily get a Pokemon game. I still maintain they are going to announce Pokemon Sun or Star or whatever the fuck they're going to call it at E3, because we have seen the HD assets for this game. They exist. I'm holding out hope that this game is coming. If not, that is just stupid. The 3DS already has so many Pokemon games. It's great that they're getting a new one. That's awesome. I don't want it not to be on the 3DS. As long as it's also on the Switch. You can have it on both. There is no reason why the Switch should be missing out on this and we only get a fighting game. It's asinine. It's absolutely ridiculous that they're doing this. I still believe they're going to announce it, hopefully. But if at E3 we don't see it, then that's just a complete massive failure on their part. I don't care how big their team is. I don't care what generation the game is from. All of that is irrelevant. You have a new device which acts as a handheld device, which will give you a better experience for a Pokemon game, and you can sync them together clearly. You can sync them and play them together because Monster Hunter is doing it. A third-party company is doing it, so it can be done, obviously. There's no reason that it shouldn't be on the Switch.
So I have to interject here, okay? We got a comment from Taco Evie, and Taco Evie says,
hello.
The reason why Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon are not on the Switch is because they are dual screen games. What do you say to that?
What do I say to that? You can work around things like that! What do you mean? Who cares? All they do is put the attack buttons on the bottom screen. Who fucking cares? You can change that.
I mean, I guess you could, like, when you take it out in dock format, or when you take it out of dock, you can have the touch screen do all that stuff or something. And while it's docked, you just use your controls like normal. Like, there's definitely ways to work around that. That's not the end-all, be-all for it to just be only on the 3DS.
You know what else used to be a 2-screen experience? Zelda, Breath of the Wild!
Oh.
Is that a 2-screen experience anymore? No, it is not. Those kind of excuses don't work, my friend.
Are you done with your trigger rant?
Well, there's nothing else to say. Like, they fucked up. Even the way they hyped us up in that fucking shitty ass direct, where they're showing you, oh, the Nintendo Switch, Nintendo's brand new console. It's our first time bringing a game, and then Pokken tournament.
You know what I really like to say about that little the Pokemon Direct. Okay, so here's the thing. This is my little 2 cents. So the whole time I'm watching this thing, I'm watching this dude traveling the world, going to places with his Switch, and I'm in the back of my head thinking, so Nintendo has obviously letting everyone know that they're marketing this thing as an on-the-go system. It is a handheld on-the-go system. Therefore, they're not marketing it as a home console. It is not a home console. I don't know why people are still hanging on to that stupid ass idea that it's just a home console.
It's a glorified portable.
It's a portable device.
The home console aspect is only half of it.
It's only half of it. It's mostly portable. It has portable capabilities for the most part until they add the other shit that's supposed to come with standard fucking industry portable shit. But you know, whatever.
Which is whatever. Like that stuff is coming,
whatever.
like Netflix and all that shit. That's
Eventually.
coming later.
But like,
that's not a big deal.
Yeah, it's a portable device. They're marketing it as a portable device. It has home console capabilities. Sure, you can stream with it and all that good stuff. You know, and all that good stuff at home and all that stuff. Yeah, but like, you know, it is a portable device. Like, I don't, and I'm looking at the whole direct, and I'm like, wow, this dude's on the go. He's meeting random people. They're hooking up, and they're playing Pokken tournament together, and you know, big old question mark or whatever the heck, the exclamation point sign. Hey, let's fight. All right, let's fight, because you're a random dude I don't even know, and I'm just gonna suddenly start playing Pokken tournament with you because reasons. Because we both have
awesome.
Switch.
That's why.
But
I don't want to give the impression that I think Pokken on the Switch is a bad idea, because I don't.
It's not.
I think
we saw that coming.
It's smart to bring Pokken over because it didn't. It came out at a time at the Wii U when the Wii U was already done, so a lot of people didn't get to play. So I get it. I think it's good to have Pokken on there. New audience, and it works better on the Switch because you get the on-the-go local play, which I showed in the trailer, which is all cool.
Yeah,
I'm all for it. But missing out on the mainline Pokemon and giving this only, not having it. Nah.
Basically, he wants all the goods. Like it was kind of obvious that Pokken tournament was coming. Like we said it plenty of times in many of our podcasts previously that we knew Pokken tournament at some point would be announced and didn't know when, but we were sure it was coming. Here it is. It's here. But at the same time, it was a hope that they would also announce a standard, you know, Switch version of Pokemon for people. You know, like you got. I don't know, Pokemon Switch on the go. Fuck, something. I don't freaking know. But give the people what they want. They deserve a Pokemon.
It can be so glorious. You have it on the 3DS. That shit transfers over to your Switch
Switch, yep.
Because they're obviously going to sync together with the Pokemon Bank and all that shit. And then you can play with your friends who have it on 3DS. Battle each other. You can do it from home.
And people, you know, that'd be great. And if you like your 3DS better than the Switch, then you could stay on your 3DS and still play with people on the Switch. It's not forcing anybody to switch whatever, you know.
You're like, you don't have to switch your platform if you don't want to.
But it just gives everyone the option of being able to enjoy the game. And that's essentially where I'm pretty sure Alex
It's reasons like this why I do not like the 3DS. It's specifically reasons like this.
Taco even said the reason why it's coming as an exclusive is to sell the new 2DS system.
The 2DS XL, yeah, I know. And we're not blind to this.
And I would say to that, like, I think that it would probably have been better. Like, I'm not like a Pokemon player, but I understand why people are upset. I think really What I think they should have done is just made it on both. Like you can
Yeah.
still find a way to sell it on the 3DS and
All
the
you have to do is make
new
a 2DS
2DS.
XL bundle. That's it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but you know,
There you
also
go.
have it on the Switch as well for those who want to move forward with their portable experience on the Switch. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
that said, you know, when I found out when I learned that they were going to be having a direct this morning, I even thought, okay, well, they're definitely going to announce a Pokemon Stars or whatever that rumor was about the Switch version of Pokemon. They're definitely going to announce that
This really
this
wasn't
morning. So
direct worthy.
yeah.
Like this could have just
Yeah,
been
like
Yeah.
they could have just made a quick
Yeah.
announcement or just said something at E3 with this, and then like because it was
Yeah.
quick, so it wouldn't have taken up much time, and then move on. Like it really didn't need a direct. When you think direct, you think there's going to be some big, interesting announcements, not just some kind of. It was kind of half blasé, kind of like, hey, Pokken tournament, and by the way,
Yeah.
Ultra Moon and Sun, and fuck you, Switch. You know, kind of, sort of ish, because like after it was over, I was just like, this is what I didn't get up early for that, honestly, but this is what I decided to sit down with Alex so he could rave about. Like, I see why he's mad.
Yeah, I do think that a mainline Pokemon game is coming.
I mean,
for the
I'm
Switch,
sure
though.
one's
Like,
coming.
it's obviously coming eventually, like next year when
but
the
don't
3DS
don't make
is dead,
these
but like,
type but like don't make these type of freaking big shows of something and then
make it seem like you got something big.
Doesn't it make more sense to have this whatever 7th generation Pokemon be the transition into the Switch? So like you played the first one on 3DS, it's like, oh hey, you can play the next one on 3DS, or you can also get it on your Switch and upgrade. Like, doesn't that make more sense to you?
That makes a lot more sense, and it's
that's
like a
why it should have been.
Yeah,
that's why it should have been dual, because it could be the gateway.
Like, how is Capcom and Monster Hunter doing it better?
Even though they fucked up still, but
oh my god!
But I don't know. But
insane.
It's just weird. It's a weird
annoying.
Thing, but it's annoying and it's weird and it's kind of stupid, quite frankly. But
I think that should have been the gateway. This should have been the gateway to getting people accustomed to playing Pokemon
on your Switch.
Because like we've talked about it like time and time again on this podcast. We really wholeheartedly believe that the Nintendo Switch, the hybrid console idea, is Nintendo's format going forward.
Yeah.
So after this year, the 3DS is kaput. Like, it's done. So like the best way,
there's not gonna be a standalone home console anymore. That's not happening.
So the best way to get people to transition is to just put it on both. But
yeah,
it is what it is. I mean, it's still like all hope is not lost. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna take it to where like, oh, it's never coming. Like I was talking to someone today and they were like, oh well, people were crying about, you know, Pokemon for the Wii U and it never came. Like, and I was like, well, the Wii U was not a portable device. Like the Nintendo Switch is a glorified portable device.
Yeah, the Wii U, you can only go like 10 feet away.
Yeah.
If that.
So that's,
That's a different story.
That's like a completely different thing altogether. I do think one is
coming. And I think at some point, that's when Nintendo realized when they're in development of the Switch, they were like, look, our mainstay Pokemon we can't put it on the Wii U. We got to put it on the Switch because it's more viable for people who are on the go.
Yeah, I wholeheartedly agree that is something that they will do.
I'm sure it's coming. It's just you're gonna have to wait a little longer, man. Sorry, Alex.
Yeah,
just gotta wait a little longer.
I've been waiting for a Pokemon.
maybe E3, but you gotta wait either E3 or next year.
I don't even know. To be honest, I don't really know why Pokemon fans are like tripping, because like out of all of the Nintendo fan bases, like the Pokemon community usually tends to get what they want. Like they do. The Pokemon fan base
get what they want.
The Pokemon fan base generally gets what they want. Remember when everybody
talking about Metroid,
no,
y'all?
I'm not gonna talk about Metroid. But remember when there was the big to do about like Pokebank? Like pretty much the entire Pokemon community was behind Pokebank. And what happened? We got a Pokebank announcement within like months. Like the Pokemon community, when they want something, like they get what they want. Like the Pokemon community gets what they want.
Like 16 million units each game.
That's what I'm saying. So that's like that's why I'm saying like Pokemon guys, like y'all are gonna get your Pokemon on the Switch. Like it's gonna happen. Like you're gonna get it. It's happening. It just didn't get announced today, but it's coming.
Well, we'll see what happens. Wait a little longer, Alex. Just wait a little longer.
Unacceptable.
It's coming,
Anyway,
dude. You're gonna
moving
get your
on.
Pokemon.
You had your moment to rant. Relax, relate, release, man. Let it go. We're moving on. Let it go. I'm gonna start singing some Frozen if you don't. But speaking of which, now we have another trigger warning that I would like to give as a public service announcement, and this is for our resident, Nia.
Mine was bad. Get ready for this.
No, trust me, I've already gotten mine out.
Did most of hers. She mostly did all of hers at the time of announcement, but it's still her trigger, so she might have a little extra left over that she didn't get off her chest. So just as a warning, this is her trigger.
Warning.
So we're going to talk about Hori's Nintendo Switch voice chat headsets. Looks like a weird nightmare. Now, I just want to say real quick before we get into this that the headsets itself look decent. I like those. Everything else in between, what are those? But let's go ahead.
What are those?
Like, what are those? But I'm going to read this little article real quick, and then we'll kind of delve into this whole mess. Not including some form of wireless audio support in the Switch. Wait, hold on. Okay, was one of Nintendo's main failings with the console. Not only does it mean that you can't use Bluetooth. Wow, how do they type this? This is confusing. Okay, does it? Let me try that again. This is weird how they wrote it, but not including some form of wireless audio support in the Switch was one of Nintendo's main failings with the console. Not only does it mean that you can't use Bluetooth, cans when gaming on the telly. What?
This person is from London, okay? They say things a little different.
They speak English over there.
But they say things like the telly. We don't say that.
But what? No, but what?
Television.
I don't care about the telly part, but the part before that confusing. Cans when whatever. It has forced peripheral markers to cook up crazy solutions for in-game voice chat. The official Japanese Splatoon account has just shown off these licensed Splatoon 2 Hori headphones, which have to be connected to your smartphone and your Switch at the same time to enable voice chat and in-game audio. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people have seen it, but here's the translation. Further input for this headset and smartphones in games console to mix a voice chat while listening to games. Neon pink ear cups are also included and can be replaced in the favorite color. While the headphones look pretty gorgeous, being tethered to not one but two devices at the same time is surely going to get old fast. We imagine that most players will simply use a pair of mic-ready headphones with their smartphone for communication in game and have the game's audio playing via the Switch or TV speakers. So yeah, I'm sure a lot of you have seen them floating around. They have like a little Splatoon-looking squid dongle device that hooks up to your phone, and then the other portion hooks up to your Switch, and then the little arrow portion is going to hook up to the Hori headsets. And it's a hot mess. The Hori headsets are beautiful, but all that in the middle, that's a hot mess. So I'm going to hand this over to Nia so she can get whatever else is on her chest off. I'm pretty sure she's pretty much past her trigger point, but just in case, trigger warning. Go ahead, Miss Nia.
Like Coupon said, I'm past my triggeredness, okay? Because I was, you know what? It went from me being outraged to amused, and like now I'm just being extremely passive aggressive about this on Twitter. So every time Nintendo,
you can see your Twitter.
I'm gonna block your ass on Twitter.
So now every time Nintendo posts something on Twitter, I say something like, "Oh, well, does this have a headset attachment? Like, what is this? Like, what is voice chat? Do you know what voice chat is?" So very passive aggressive I've been on Twitter, and I think that
But where's the Splatoon hub? How do I connect all my peripherals?
And this is where I'll go with this, so that people can kind of have like a window into my mindset in regards to this headset, right? So we already know that historically Nintendo has always had an issue with online. You know, like they've always been very stuck in the past when it comes down to online. They won't just go full in. They just kind of toe dip when it comes down to online infrastructures and online connectivity and things like that. I don't know if it's because they just don't feel strongly about their ability to give us some type of online infrastructure that is streamlined, or if they are purposely holding back because they simply just do not value it. Okay, but here we have Nintendo, who recently purchased a great portion of DNA, who's supposedly working on their online infrastructure right now. To those of you guys who do not know, DNA is a company in Japan that specialty is mobile devices. So they reached out to them for help with their online, help with their account system and things about that whole realm, because Nintendo has shown time and time again they don't have the talent in-house to get stuff like that up and running, so they need to look to DNA for assistance. Forte. Not their thing. And I respected that. I was okay, they are investing into DNA. That's what's up. I hope that what comes out of this is a very good thing. Okay. So then fast track to January of 2017, just a couple of months this year. Kimishima very swiftly and briefly talked about this online paid subscription coming to the Nintendo Switch, and everything was going to be done through an app. We thought maybe it was a mistranslation, or maybe something was not clear. Maybe it was a companion app or something that goes with the online on the Switch. So we kind of we weren't too upset. We was a little concerned, but we didn't really go over and beyond on it because we were like, okay, we're going to wait for them to talk about what's going on with this, but it's still concerning, right? Fast track to now, present day, okay? A couple of days ago, Hori posted this abomination of a diagram on their Twitter about how this is the new Splatoon 2 voice chat headset, okay? So just like Coupon said, okay, we got the headset. We got the headset jack that connects to a mixer that then splits off, connects to your phone, and also connects to the Switch. You feel me? So automatically right now, this looks off the chain. And I don't mean off the chain in a good way.
Have you never heard of voice chat before?
I don't mean off the chain in a good way. I mean off the chain, like this is off the rails crazy.
Yeah, you're right, it's off the chain. It's amazing.
Like she can interrupt you. Let her go.
So this is like crazy right now, right? So it's pretty much been a consensus within the Nintendo community that this looks like a terrible idea. Even people like, shout outs to the homie Mr. T, who doesn't really care about voice chat. Even he is saying, you know what? I don't care about voice chat, but this looks like an atrocity, okay? This is indefensible, right? So this is pretty much across the board. Across the board, the Nintendo community is like, okay, whether you care or you don't care about voice chat, you have to admit this does not look better, okay, than onboard chat. Now, you're just making it more convoluted than it needs to be, right? But then you have a subsection of the community
more wires,
who thinks that this is easier. Who thinks that using two devices instead of one device is easier than using just the one device. And then people are saying, oh, well, you know, everybody has a phone. Everybody has a phone. For one,
I know a person in real life who doesn't own a cell phone.
For one, it doesn't even matter if you don't have a phone or not. Whether you have a phone or not, this is why it's dumb, okay? If you have a Nintendo Switch, if you're trying to play games on a Nintendo Switch, one device that you 100% will have is a Switch. Are you sure? So I'm trying to understand how this is easier than having it on the device itself. And there's people who are saying, okay, well, what if it's because of the RAM limitations of the Switch? And I understand that the Switch only has 4 gigs of RAM, but here's the plot hole. The PlayStation Vita has 500 megabytes of RAM, 128 megabytes of their RAM is dedicated to the OS and the chat. Help me understand. Help me understand how this is not on the Switch. And I can tell you why. I don't have to have you help me understand. That's a rhetorical question, okay? What it is, Nintendo did not design the Nintendo Switch with onboard features for online in mind. And right. That is true because, and people are like, well, it's a Hori headset. It's a third-party headset. This doesn't mean anything. It's third-party, but people forget. Hori and Nintendo work very closely together. All of Hori's products that are made for Nintendo exactly are officially licensed by Nintendo. So Hori knows what Nintendo is doing with their online because they talk to Nintendo one-on-one to make sure that they make products that are suitable for Nintendo's products.
And their products are always like the highest quality for Nintendo products.
And they're always the highest quality products for Nintendo products
and
because
they're the only company that has an officially branded Nintendo Switch memory card.
You know what? I don't know if they do or not, but
that
might be true.
One. I've seen
okay,
it.
so that is true. So Hori works very closely with Nintendo. So if you think that Hori doesn't have the jump on what Nintendo was doing with their online, you're delusional. You're delusional. And that's really all I can say about that, because when I look at this, I see, okay, the smartphone app is actually a very dominant part of Nintendo's online plan, because if it was not, Hori would not have uploaded this diagram with as much confidence before E3.
I have one
and that's
question.
my breakdown of what I think is going on with Nintendo's online. I think it's very stupid. I hope that Nintendo delayed the online to 2018 so they can figure out how to get it working on the Switch itself, get the app on the Switch itself, because otherwise this looks like a mess and a half, and I'm done.
So is there like Bluetooth capabilities on this thing at all?
Supposedly the Switch does have Bluetooth.
The Switch supports Bluetooth, but not Bluetooth audio. So you won't be able to talk through a Bluetooth headset. You can use a Bluetooth headset to hear stuff, but you can't use Bluetooth mics, which is bizarre.
That is bizarre.
Because this is what's happening. Like, you have to use the cell phone to chat with people. So get that in your head. That's not changing.
That is the reality, apparently.
So,
that is the reality.
The best situation you can hope for is have a nice set of headphones to plug into your phone, and then you're going to have to use the Switch's audio out to your speakers or your TV speakers for the game audio. Otherwise, you can be a weirdo, I guess, and have one set of headphones plugged into your Switch, one set of headphones plugged into your phone, and just have one on each ear, I guess.
That's crazy.
You could do that.
That's crazy.
Why do we have to go jumping through hoops and bending our backs and necks and oh my god, Nintendo!
You have to be a contortionist to use voice chat.
I don't have that. I'm not that flexible anymore.
It'd be cool if you could plug your headset into your phone and the game audio comes out of there as well, but that's not how it works. Unfortunately. So you just get the voice chat through your headset. As far as we know, this is what Nintendo explained. You need the cell phone app, and that's cool. I don't have a problem with the app because I think you can do some cool stuff with it. I know a lot of you guys get triggered by OJ lately, but what he says about typing on the phone is a lot faster. That's absolutely true. I can type way faster on my cell phone than I ever could on a console.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's cool.
That's true, but don't make it the primary way of doing it. Make it like a companion app.
Yeah, but that's just not what's happening.
So I feel like this is what I think that Nintendo could do to save. This is what I think they could do to save themselves. Have some kind of way to make this app accessible remotely. So you might have to connect it with your phone, but then when you connect it, there's a way that you can go on your Switch and just pilot it from your Switch. That's the only way they could save it, because nobody wants to use two devices just because. I don't know about anyone else in the chat or anyone else on the panel right now, but when I'm playing video games, I don't mess with my phone at all. In fact, most of the time, if I'm not using my phone for quick browsing on Twitter and Facebook and stuff, my phone is in my bedroom on the charger.
Yeah, mine's always
I don't touch my phone, period, when I'm gaming. So to me, this just seems like a really big inconvenience. Now I'm gonna go back to what Alex was saying about the app. The app sounds like a cool idea, okay? But not as the primary solution. I don't have a problem with using an app to do certain things. Maybe you have a little bit more you can do or see on the app. But the basic stuff, like accessing lobbies and voice chat, I feel like that at least needs to be on the Switch. And then the app is like a companion that gives you maybe an extra window to see things you maybe for example, say how excuse me, on the PlayStation app you could go and see your trophies and junk like that. Maybe that's some extra stuff you can look at. I'm not saying even though Nintendo doesn't have to, but what I'm saying maybe you can see stuff like your play activity and stuff like that, stuff that they didn't want to use extra space for on the Switch.
I look at it as a way to be more efficient. because like I could be at work with my cell phone and setting up the lobbies and shit. So by the time I get home, everything's ready to go.
And that's cool, but like as a companion, you feel me? Like not as the primary thing. Like I'm not against the app, but as the primary thing, it sounds like bleh, I want to puke. And that's my position.
Don't get me wrong. I think you should be able to do it on the Switch itself.
Yeah.
Like you should be able to like go into lobbies and like message people, but like
at the least you should be able to access your lobby.
I couldn't even send a fucking message to Alex.
We'll have to see how it works when they actually bring it out.
Switch,
but like from what we've heard and what we've seen, especially from this headset, like to me, it's very clear. You have to use the cell phone.
Yeah.
And like the sooner you get around to accepting that, the sooner you're gonna have a better time, I guess.
No,
and if
I'm
you
not
don't
gonna
have
be
a
okay
cell
with
phone,
it.
like I don't know what to tell you. If you don't got a cell phone,
I can't be okay with
you're
this.
screwed.
Like,
you're screwed if you don't have a cell phone.
I can't be okay with this.
I come from a place of neutrality because, like, more or less, most people, most Nintendo fans aren't trying to use voice chat anyway. So
but think about it like this, not to cut you off.
I know, but let me just finish. Hold on. But most of them will say that for the most part, and to some extent, it is true. But like, if Nintendo is trying to be a little bit more modernized with their system and stuff, they gotta give everybody options of all kinds.
There should be options to do it both ways. Because the people that don't have cell phones really are getting the raw end of the deal here.
True.
Because like as widespread as cell phones are, not everyone has one.
Right, they really don't,
and especially not like a smartphone.
Yeah,
and with how apps work, every few like a year or so, phones are going to get dropped off because they're not going to have the latest version of Android.
Right.
They're not going to have the latest version of iOS. Yeah. So eventually, they're not going to get updates on the app.
And you have to remember,
unless Nintendo goes out of their way to make sure every version works, but like that's usually not what happens with most apps.
Right, because you have to remember too, like some people do have smartphones, but they might have the entry level smartphones that don't have the capabilities to run. Like there's some smartphones out there that can't even run like stuff like Candy Crush. Right. You know, like they may be able to do like simple stuff like Twitter and stuff like that, but they can't run like the more intensive apps that require you to be connected online for so long, or might have you do a lot more stuff like a game or something like that. Like some phones cannot do that, and then you have some phones whose OS simply just do not support the stuff. For example, like my homie, our homie Jason, JC Grooves, he has a Windows phone. He can't even use Miiverse on his phone because his OS does not support that application. So like there's so many things that could...
And then something just came to mind, and then I gotta remember that this is a Japanese company, and after living in Japan and seeing people literally glued to their phones out there, it all makes fucking sense.
No, because Sony's a Japanese company and the Vita has voice chat.
I know, but I'm just saying Nintendo's more Japanese than Sony.
I can't even rock with that. Sony has a
little bit more Americanization because they've been dabbling in a lot of different stuff, but I'm just going from my understanding of just it being a Japanese company and understanding that for the most part they're designing the Switch. Just hear me out. They're designing the Switch first for Japanese people in mind, and then for the rest of the world. So you have to take it from that perspective. So if I'm designing something for Japanese people first, and I know that they they're always on their cell phones for the most part, then I'm gonna make it more convenient for them and their the use of their cell phones. That's where I'm coming from with that. I get where you're coming from and you're saying and all that stuff. It's just that's where I'm just like, okay, I kind of see why it's this way, but when you bring it worldwide to people on the on over here, and we're sure we use our cell phones for the most part, but we're used to voice chat already being on the system itself and all that good stuff and whatnot. It's like, this is aggravating. It's like, do you not have another option?
It would work better if it was a companion app. And it wasn't the main way to use voice chat.
Definitely. But that's all I'm saying.
I think nobody would use it though, because like PlayStation 4 actually has a companion app. Like you can download it and you can like run stuff off your PlayStation from your phone app, but like nobody uses it.
And the people who want to use it, they have the option to use it or not use it. That's what I'm saying. Like I feel like Nintendo doesn't want us to have options.
Oh, they don't, because it's easier to control that way.
Yeah.
I think
'Cause
that's
they like to
an
be in control of their
oversight.
shit.
That's an oversight because the Nintendo Switch is the device that is bridging the gap between gamers. Like
But they still want control.
it's not just a Nintendo fan console. There's a lot of people who are picking up with the Switch, but they left off from the GameCube, the N64, the SNES even. I know people who have not played a Nintendo console since the Super Nintendo. But because the Switch was so appealing to them, they decided to pick up where they left off. And I think that if Nintendo wants to continue getting that type of gamer that is not generally a part of their ecosystem, they have to find a way to give people options. You have fans here who are accustomed to playing on PlayStation, accustomed to playing on PC, accustomed to playing on Xbox, and then they come to the Nintendo side and they're just like, what decade is this? So they have to figure it out, period.
True.
And if they don't, it's to their detriment. Because I've seen so much like goodwill towards the Switch here lately. Mm-hmm. And just this week alone with the voice chat situation, people are like, you know what? I was actually going to pick up a Switch this week. But Nintendo still being Nintendo, I thought they changed. And you're gonna see. I don't think
there's gonna be much pushback.
I think there will be because a lot of the reason why
big blown out kind of thing.
A lot of the reason why people didn't get the Wii U is because Nintendo's ways were just stuck in the past.
The Wii U is not an appealing console. Come on.
I mean, it wasn't an appealing console, but a lot of the reason why is because of connectivity too.
Like a lot of connectivity. Majority of the reason people want the Switch is because you can take it around with you and stuff.
I don't know. I think
it's not because of voice chat.
I think the online was a downfall. I think the online is a big part because nowadays gaming is so social. If you have to make it harder for people to play games online, that's gonna turn a lot of people off. That's just how I feel.
But I mean. And then I have to be devil's advocate because then I feel like those are just people who really needed an excuse not to get the Switch. In my opinion, I'm sorry. I mean, there's some, and I agree with some people are just literally not going to get one because of the old-fashioned ways of Nintendo.
For people like
that's
Kid
cool,
Smooth
fine.
And stuff who need a reason.
I'm not talking about them. I don't give a fuck about them.
I'm just saying I'm using him as an example.
I don't agree with that.
But I'm just saying, I don't agree with that. I'm talking about general people who are just general everyday people who do play video games and they wanted to get a Switch. They're just they hear about it and they hear about it and they're like, wait, what? This is, they'll hear about that and it'll turn them off. Yes, I believe that, that would happen. Then you have your particular people who are just finding that as an excuse not to get a Switch. So it's two sides of the track. But I do see what you're saying with, some people being turned off with this. I mean, I already got one, so it is what it is. I'm stuck with it. But
I don't agree with that. I think that the common gamer goes by word of mouth. I think that those who who hear that the Switch is a good device, they'll get it. But if they hear, the Switch is alright, but you can't do voice chat, like, oh dang, well I'll just go get a console where I can do voice chat. Or I can connect online with y'all.
Those consoles can't be taken around with you.
I don't agree. I don't agree with y'all.
That's the main appeal of the device.
I don't agree with y'all. I think a lot of people will be turned off by the fact that Nintendo's online is still cumbersome.
I think a lot of jaded people will be turned off.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm in the middle. I honestly see both sides of the track.
I honestly don't see how like a regular person who's interested in the Switch, because you can take is suddenly going to be like, oh, I don't want it anymore because I don't have voice chat. Like, I'm sorry, I just don't see that happening. Because that is not the main appeal of the device. The main appeal of the device is, hey, I can play this game at home, and sweet, I can go take it around with me too. Like, that's why people want this thing.
And then I see it as a secondary device anyway. So if you were buying it for voice chat and online type of stuff, Nintendo shouldn't be the one you should be going for.
You already got two consoles for that. Like, let's just be real. You already have
two consoles for that. You got PC for that.
We're like what, 4 years into the other consoles? But I'm not saying that's an excuse for Nintendo
to not fix their shit either. But at the same time, that just on both sides, it just sounds like an excuse for those who weren't planning on getting it. And then at the same time, people who were planning on getting it, and they hear from word of mouth, they're just like, oh well, I just won't get it. I'll just get this instead, or I'll just stay PC or whatever. Because
we're 4 years in. If you don't have an Xbox or PlayStation yet, I don't think the Switch is going to be the reason why you go buy one.
But it's whatever. I'm just kind of in the middle. But either way, Nintendo still needs to fix this shit.
Well, obviously, I'm not saying like that excuses what they're doing. I'm just saying I don't think people are gonna magically not want the Switch because you have to use a voice chat headset or whatever.
Yeah, it's neither here nor there. Just fix your shit, Nintendo. Bottom line, like that's
gonna be funny seeing like all the different ways people circumvent this. Because I'm pretty sure you're gonna have the one person with like one earbud into their phone and one earbud into their Switch.
Oh,
look who just joined us.
Huh?
Darkstar.
He finally made it. We're like almost at the end of the freaking podcast. He can't hear us. Can you hear us? I don't see him lighting up. I don't hear him. He ain't lighting up.
Did you change his permissions in the
I made it to where he could speak. Hold on, let me check.
Like a dog?
Yeah, he can speak.
Give us a minute. We all kinds of fabulously
There you go.
We're fixing it. Calm down.
Here?
Hello?
Hello? Hello, is this thing on? Is this thing on?
I don't see him.
Oh, okay.
Oh, there he goes.
All right.
He didn't turn on his side. No.
Not bad.
Why is this
All
not
right. So before we go on to another topic, how about we have Darkstar introduce himself real quick, and then we're gonna ask just kind of give your thoughts and stuff on the Hori headset topic that we're actually kind of talking about right now.
Sounds good. Yo, Darkstar, the dankest of stars, of course. You guys already know what it is. Yeah, this headset thing is it's a little depressing because you would think that consoles back in 2001 were doing things that were difficult back then.
You're right.
Console now 2017 can't seem to get the basic features right. I'm not really surprised anymore. I kind of just have to let it go. There's too many YouTubers out there that are actually defending it, which is kind of annoying. I'm not going to name any names, but y'all know.
OJ?
I mean,
he's Switch Force.
He'll name him. He doesn't.
OJ, yeah, these guys are
the Terminator.
Platforms. Yeah, exactly.
Send all your hatred to Actors.
I'm just saying names.
No, you're right. You're actually right. It's a little annoying because they kind of let themselves in this little bubble and they don't like to look outside their own little, their little bubble that they're in and see that options are actually good, for consumers and stuff like that. I don't understand it.
I remember a certain guy that we just mentioned who wanted options on the Wii U, but he no longer wants options.
That's facts. That is facts. That is facts, though. That is.
But he did get an upgrade within the company, so things change, I suppose. Things change.
Money.
And to those of you guys out there who are watching this, like, yeah, I got turned, but like I was saying, like I don't have a problem with the app. I just have a problem with it being the primary way of accessing online features. That's my big deal.
The app's fine. It's just the whole.
The app can be very cool. It's just like you shouldn't only have to use the app.
Yeah, give us more options is all.
Like I think I'm gonna enjoy using the app because for me, I always have my cell phone on me. It's right beside me right now as we speak, next to my Switch. I had to reorganize my desk to take advantage of this amazing
organization.
So for me, the app makes sense. But for a lot of people, because I play on computer monitor, so it's all within arm's reach to me. But most people, they sit on their couch, their TV is like 10 feet across the room. And that cable from Hori is only like 30 centimeters long in between the phone and the Switch. It's not gonna work for a lot of people.
Hold on. You guys didn't hear that in the box of the headset it comes with another cord.
Like an extension cord.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's
they ain't got no choice.
Is that the solution to docked mode?
That's their solution, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, because you're gonna be like 10 feet away. You need an extension cable for your phone.
Wow, that's crazy.
Rip.
That's crazy.
We have your solution.
Like that is an awful headset. Like they couldn't have found a less cumbersome way of handling that. I just don't understand.
Yeah.
Like it would have been cool if they could I guess the Bluetooth wouldn't even work though. No wait, they can Bluetooth it to get the game's audio and then use a single port to your phone for the voice chat part. That would have been a better
or,
solution.
Or have a headphone jack on the Pro controller.
That would be
that
the
would've been
best
ideal, too.
solution.
That's the best solution. Oh,
Well, unless
shoot.
you don't have a Pro controller, then that's a worthless.
Well, that's
solution.
their problem. I don't give a fuck about that. Options, remember?
Options.
I'm not that selfish to say that just because I got a Pro controller. I'm the only one who gets a good solution.
I'm just saying I opted to get a Pro controller, so if it had the little, port there, then that was the option I had.
Yeah,
They
it
could
should
have
have
easily
a-
put one
I
in the
spent $100 on
Joy-Cons
this
as
Pro
well.
controller.
Hell, you could put some on the
You
Joy-Cons,
could put one in the
frankly.
Joy-Cons as well.
Yeah, the
Hey.
Joy-Con that doesn't have the IR blaster.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, that would have been.
Yeah, you could definitely
So
try that.
let me ask you this, Dark Star, because me and my panel members, we kind of look at this differently. So I want to know your opinion. Do you think that Nintendo's online solution is going to deter fans at all in any way from the Switch?
It's definitely going to put a sour taste in everyone's mouth. I mean, going into E3, there's a lot of hype going in.
No,
Yeah.
she means like people who don't have a Switch yet buying a Switch.
Oh no, they're not gonna care because those
See?
people who don't want to buy a Switch will find any reason to not buy it. And if it wasn't this reason, it's because
It's
it's
gonna be
getting
the
ports.
next one.
It's
Yeah.
gonna be something else. I
Yeah.
think it's terrible for the fans that already have it, but as far as the people who are on the fence about it, I think the games are gonna be enough to
Those
get them to
people are
buy
just
the
petty. They'll
console.
use any excuse not to buy it.
Well, here's my position, and I'm just gonna keep it 100% real with y'all. If any other company had the same online solution as Nintendo right now, I don't think I would buy their product.
I'm
Like
not gonna lie,
just
Nintendo
being
gets a little bit of a pass.
Really?
just being like 100%, like, cause like here's my thing. I'm not like a super like online gamer. Like I online game, like, I online game often enough, but I'm okay with not playing online games. I'm okay with playing single player only games. My annoyance is the principle. Like we're going into another console generation where Nintendo is not putting any stock in online. Like that is annoying. And if this was any other company, I would give a swift smack in the face for even suggesting that I pay for this. That's just my opinion. And I'm like the hugest of Nintendo fans. And I got my Switch with the hope that Nintendo would do better. But to be honest, if I didn't have a Switch, this would probably cause some hesitation in buying the Switch, because Nintendo is going into another console generation where this is still a problem, and that's not okay to me. It's not the fact of how you connect and why you connect. It's the fact that Nintendo just will not get it's straight up refusal at this point.
Yeah.
So that's me.
Yeah.
I hear what you're saying. Like that, they don't like online. Like I don't.
They just
know
really don't.
How
But they're focusing so
more
much
clear
this
they can
generation.
make
But they're focusing so
Yeah.
much on online.
so
That's
they
what
have-
makes
they
it.
have
That's
no
what makes it
choice.
not make sense.
Yeah. It's like you got
because
all
they
these
have
online
to trick
games.
you into understanding.
What?
They have to trick you for you to justify
To
paying for
purchase
their
it.
online. So they need to
Okay.
give you more online
Gave
games.
you-
now.
Gave you
Because they're
Mario
like,
Kart, gave
All
you
of the
Arms,
games that's
gave you
coming
Pokken
between
Town.
now and September is
Are
online
online
focused
games.
games.
There's a lot of online games. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I agree with you. That's why you're getting that amazing Hori headset
Yeah.
with the super convenient split cable, extension cable to your Switch and your headset. Isn't that the most convenient thing you ever heard?
all of your online needs in one little package.
But guys, using two devices
Quick
instead of
question,
one
though.
is
Quick
question,
You're not
easier.
getting it. Why would you want voice chat built into your device, guys? You're not getting it. Why would you want it built into one device, guys? Listen, when you can have it in two devices, listen up. Split that cable.
And there's people out there saying exactly that, and they're not joking.
Yep.
They're serious. They're dead serious.
And they're
Dead
dead ass
You're
serious.
fighting a one-man battle. 20 on 1, going deep. He's gonna make you love that voice chat.
Man,
Oh, Lordy
it's a
Those
hard
Lord.
Nintendo
life.
checks, man. Those Nintendo checks can
Them-
change it, man.
Them checks, man.
Them checks, boy. I
Let
tell
me
you.
get some checks. I'll go ahead and
I'm not gonna lie,
allocate
I'd
some
do it
Hori
too.
headsets.
I'd be all up in that Hori headset nonsense if I was getting those checks. I defy any man to say otherwise.
Oh my god. You
This
gotta
guy.
keep getting them
Okay.
checks, fam. Okay, we've exhausted that topic.
Yeah, we have.
It's gonna be
So-
fun. I can't wait to see the unboxings for those things.
Oh my god.
It-
And people
Yeah.
try
Lies
to
busting out of the
people
box
try to
and shit.
live
Yeah,
live stream putting them together and figuring out how it works. I think that shit's gonna be hilarious.
Nah, it's gonna be a nightmare. It's not even gonna work with
They'll
Elgato.
be like, oh, look at this cute
That's
little
true,
squid
actually, it won't
dongle.
work
It's so
with Elgato.
cute. Oh my god, stop.
I can't even get the audio for my Elgato to work. Period with my Switch. I don't have
It's
an
hard.
Elgato anymore. I got the
It's not
Ripsaw. But
Yeah.
like it shows in OBS that the audio is coming through, but when I'm streaming, everyone in the chat says they can't hear the game. And I can't hear it because if I put the headphones in, this weird echo effect happens and it fucks up my whole stream. And so I don't hear the video game when I'm playing Nintendo Switch games when I'm streaming for you guys. I just listen to music.
This
Yeah,
headset's
that's
gonna
crazy.
be a nightmare. For
It
streaming.
is.
Yeah.
It's
The
gonna
Switch
be a
is a
nightmare.
disaster for streaming.
Mm.
I'm really hoping to have their own onboard streaming app or whatever. The fuck.
Yeah,
Or
right.
something.
That's
Yeah.
funny.
Well, they said that they're gonna bring some voice.
Yeah, they said
some
they're going to
video
expand
recording.
the share button.
But video
Yeah.
recording, they say is coming later. So maybe not streaming, but video recording, yeah.
30-second
But, like-
videos, cool.
Right. Copyright strike videos as
Yeah.
well.
Like you look at the
Cool.
Switch and then you know all it is a Nvidia Shield, and the Nvidia Shield can do all these things. So it's
Right.
not
But-
like out of the realm of possibility.
But
Correct.
look at the company we talking about.
That's
Yeah.
the only problem that's holding it back. Is
Like,
the company.
If Nintendo wanted to be straight up lazy, they could have utilized every single Nvidia service and just been done with it. But they chose
Right.
not to. That was a
So they have to be
choice.
innovative.
That
They
was a
went out of their
choice.
way. to
Like
strip the
fuck
console from
innovation at
features.
this
That
point.
was
Your
a
innovation
choice.
is outdated, Nintendo. You could have been lazy as fuck and been like, hey, yo, how do we get this shit to work? Help us out. Here's some money. Yo, make it rain.
It was a choice.
Dollar bills, y'all. Like
It was
something.
a choice.
But you know, that's not here nor
It is
there.
what it
Let's
is.
it's
Like it can't. I just can't even get mad about it anymore when it comes to this thing. 'cause,
yeah,
like,
this-
it's just you expect this kind of shit from them now. That's how
Yeah.
sad it is.
It is. It really
I'm
is.
just glad we're getting games finally. Like,
I just yeah,
like,
that's
I
kind of
think
what's
that's
keeping.
why I don't care too much is because they actually have a lot of games coming out. And
Yeah.
they're good games too.
That is exactly.
I care
why
about
I'm just
games.
like-
I care about games too. Don't
I mean,
get
I
it twisted.
get the features, you
Nah,
know,
yeah, you just want
talk and
first, you don't
stuff,
care
but
for
at the
games.
same time, I'm just like, we got games coming, man. Like, as long as you keep shelling out games, I guess I can handle this. But at the same time, it's like most of these games are online, and then I got to pay for your online next. Like,
At least it's only $20 a year. Like, I'm
True.
surprised they didn't charge 60. I was expecting them to.
I feel
Ooh,
like
that
we're
was
gonna be
ballsy.
paying for online, and we're still gonna have disconnects in Mario Kart.
Yeah, you know, they're gonna do 3-day maintenances and shit.
They're doing another maintenance. I think it's today.
Oh my
Oh,
god!
Anything though. These maintenance
do
do
it.
nothing.
I don't know
Yes,
what
they
these
do.
maintenances do.
I swear to God, they do maintenance, and you guys, it makes the internet better.
What?
Definitely not.
It makes the internet great.
I don't know what they're doing. Like, but they're doing a lot of it.
I don't know. Maybe that's the interface bullshit in the background that we're supposed to see later come
Yeah.
into play.
Maybe it's just them like feeding the rabbit while it's running around in its little tube.
It's Sonic. It's Sonic in a freaking gerbil wheel.
Right.
All right.
see.
So do
We'll
we want
find
to?
out.
We want to.
Let's go ahead and
No.
transition. Let's do it.
All right. Let's talk about this. Okay. So E3 prediction.
Oh, are we gonna ask Darkstar about Pokemon or what?
Do you care about? Oh yeah, the Pokemon Direct. Do you want to? Did you want to kind of give your thoughts on that? Did you see what happened?
Real
Do you-
quick, Pokemon tournament was not supported at all on the Wii U. I feel bad for anyone who bought that. I bought it, so I feel bad for myself. It's a good game, but it's gonna die again. That game is just not. It's just not. It's not. It's not
I mean,
It doesn't have
Arms is the
staying
better
power.
one.
there's not enough
Yeah.
there. Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
not enough there. It's
There's
gonna
not
die.
much content there.
I mean, it was a
Definitely
quick and dirty port for them, so I mean, it's another game there. If you want it, it's there. It's whatever. But fuck
I mean,
the fact that they didn't bring
but
back
I
Pokemon
saw that,
Stars
like,
to the fucking
yeah.
system, though.
There it is. There it is. We had a trigger moment with Alex. He was quite upset.
It was pretty hilarious.
It was
actually.
pretty hilarious. So before we go to the E3, I'm gonna ask you about the other two topics. So Megaman Legacy Collection 2, not coming to the Switch or 3DS. How you feel about that?
That's like the dumbest thing in the world. I don't even know what logic is behind that decision. I don't know if it's they were just like lazy and said, "Ah, we already have it done for these systems. Let's put our
Let's just
resources
pop
on
them
another
out, yeah.
game for.
It
the
still
Switch,
doesn't make sense why it wouldn't be on the 3DS though.
I would have,
Yeah.
if I were them, I would have delayed it so that I could have gotten it on the Switch and 3DS and everything else at the same
Yeah.
time because
Because it's not
people are
like
gonna buy
these
that.
Xbox and PlayStation guys are chomping at the bits for a Mega Man collection.
Oh hell no, hell no. They're not looking
They
at
don't
that game
care.
at all.
It's probably not going to do too great for the most part.
I hope it bombs on those consoles just so Capcom learns a lesson.
Dang.
A
Well,
lot of
It
other games have been
absolutely
bombing
bombs
lately.
for them.
Well, we'll see soon enough, because, And then, FIFA 18.
Oh my god.
It's come to the Switch, but, bare bones of sorts. Certain
I can't-
features aren't available,
I
basically.
can't put any faith in EA anymore. That it's
Mhm.
I don't even look forward to any of their games anymore. So honestly, I don't really care. FIFA's so boring. If I want to go play soccer, I'll go outside. But I can understand people's frustration with getting such a big franchise like that and trying to get parity on the console, which is one selling so well and so popular, and they're gonna
Right.
gimp it right out of the gate. That's ridiculous.
These are
They're
facts.
kind of clipping themselves in the foot. Like,
They're the only
Yeah.
ones that have done this so far.
it's crazy. It's crazy. Like, the Nintendo Switch is hot right now. You gotta strike while the iron's hot, or else GG for you.
Yeah. Well, that was fun. Is there any other topics I'm missing that we could recap for him? No, E3 is the only one left.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
was
Recap. I
recapping for
think
him.
that's it.
That was it.
Yeah.
Okay. So now we can go into E3 predictions. We have folks here who want to give their predictions as to what they want to see for E3, what they expect to see, what you think you might get. I don't know, all that good stuff. But I'm gonna go ahead and read right here. We have some timelines for E3. June 13th through the 15th. Nintendo is going to be starting June 13th at 9 a.m. PT. Tune into Nintendo Spotlight E3 2017 at e3.nintendo.com to learn more about upcoming Nintendo Switch games. Then see in-depth gameplay on Nintendo Treehouse live at E3 2017 and tournament streams for ARMS and Splatoon 2. So the times for that, the Nintendo Spotlight will be at 9 a.m. on June 13th, PT, and 12 p.m. ET. So tune in to see that, and they're going to be including Super Mario Odyssey. So yay. Nintendo Treehouse will be starting immediately after the Nintendo Spotlight. Enjoy Nintendo Switch, Nintendo 3DS gameplay with the Treehouse members and developers. Does not have a time, so like I said, completely after the Spotlight. And then there will have some live tournaments on June 13th and the 14th. Tune in to see the 2017 Splatoon 2 World Inkling Invitational and 2017 ARMS Open Invitational live from the Nintendo E3 booth. So they're going to be having ARMS and Splatoon both on June 13th and the 14th. The tournaments, we get to watch those. So that's pretty cool that they're going to be having that stuff. And so we're going to kind of go round table style, give everybody a chance to kind of tell us what they think. Who wants to go first? Matter of fact, you can go first, Darkstar. Yeah, that's what I was going to do. So you go first, Darkstar. Let us know what you're expecting, what you want to see, all that good stuff.
They're actually going to be having a Pokken tournament there.
Yeah,
as well.
they added that one as well.
There's actually 3 tournaments going on.
So yeah, they'll have 3. Yeah.
They
Crazy.
really don't want that franchise to die because it's Pokemon, I guess, which is whatever.
We'll just bring regular Pokemon to the Switch. What?
That makes too much sense.
Right?
Oh my god.
That makes too much
But
sense.
It's almost like that's the game people want or something.
Almost.
Almost.
So go ahead, Darkstar.
Almost like that's the
I'm not even really tripping about the whole Pokemon. I mean, we know what's coming. That'll happen eventually, I guess. So I guess just being patient. The only 2 things that I want from Nintendo themselves, like as far as third party, whatever they can bring it over. But as far as Nintendo goes, the 2 things that I really want is, one, I need to know when the hell is Xenoblade coming out, because if it's this year or next year in Japan, I don't care. I'm gonna import that bitch. I need that fucking date. If I don't see English text on the screen, I know it's not this year, but I need to know when that game's coming out. Number 2, I need Platinum Games to work on fucking Kid Icarus. That needs to happen.
Oh my god.
So are we doing predictions or are we doing a wish list? How are we doing this?
Is this a wish list or a prediction?
It's the same thing.
Same thing, kind of like a wish list slash prediction. What do you want to see at E3, and what do you hope what seems more reasonable. So what do you want to see as far as your wish list, and then what do you think is actually plausible for E3? So those are your wishes. What is plausible that you think would actually show up?
Retro Studio, they gotta be there.
Retro Studios gotta come through.
It's been too long.
Let go of Metroid. It's not
No,
coming.
no, I don't think I will.
I don't know if it's Metroid, if it's a new IP, but I know Retro Studios is working on
If it's a new
something.
IP, great, but Metroid gotta just let it go.
I love Metroid. I kind of want it to be a new IP though.
I would be okay with a new IP.
Like I love Metroid, but if it's like Raven Blade or something completely different, like I would be really down for that.
Yeah.
So hopefully it's either a game from them. We know there's a lot of games coming out this year, so they're gonna touch on a bunch of games that are coming out in the foreseeable future, which is probably gonna take up a little bit of time. So I doubt we'll see too much third-party stuff. They'll be talking about.
Because apparently this direct's like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Is
it really? Okay, so it's gonna. It seems like it's gonna cover a lot of stuff we already know about.
Definitely,
and a few
it's gonna
things.
be first this year stuff.
Yeah, definitely, and maybe some surprises here and there, maybe, but like I don't see it being anything crazy out of left field.
Yeah.
So is that all you had for that, or anything else you might want to squeeze in there? Maybe.
That's about it. As long as we get like a few surprises, just a few surprises, maybe to talk about some online and talk about the games that we know about. Just give some information, some dates, some actual dates. That'll be
right. Be great. All right. So who wants to go next? Nia.
I guess I'll go.
Okay.
All right. So, I guess somebody in the chat was saying, supposedly Nintendo's Spotlight is only supposed to be about 30 minutes long.
Yeah.
And I know there was a lot of people like, oh my god, it's only 30 minutes, but like the way that Nintendo did their April Direct, like they kind of just like breezed through it. You know what I mean? I feel like that's probably what they're gonna do for E3
format. Yeah.
Right. I think that's probably the format they're gonna be using through E3. So that doesn't necessarily mean, that they're not gonna be showing a whole lot of stuff. So as far as what I want them to show, I want them to show a Metroid, obviously. I know that some people are like 2D, no. 3D, okay, so 3D Metroid, all right.
Thank you.
I want to see if Pikmin 4 is actually a real thing or not.
Right.
Like, I need to know that Hey Pikmin is not Pikmin 4, okay? I need Hey Pikmin on the 3DS. I need to know I need to know that is not Pikmin 4, okay?
Fuck Pikmin.
So Pikmin 4, okay. So Pikmin 4. Okay, and I need them to finally talk about what the hell we gonna be paying for with this online service next year. But I have a strong feeling we're not gonna see it at E3 because they delayed it so far back into 2018. But at least tell us what that preview app is supposed to be about for the summer.
Yeah,
like that's what I really want to see from this E3. Everything else will kind of like a pleasantry as far as I'm concerned. As far as what I think we're going to see, I think we're going to see a lot of stuff we already know. I think we're going to see some more Super Mario Odyssey. We're going to see some more fine-tuned gameplay from that because when we did see it, it was kind of like some early footage, So I think we're going to see some very fine-tuned Mario Odyssey gameplay. We're probably going to get some more details like what maybe the story is going to be about, like if there's going to be any power-ups, any like gameplay differences and things like that in this game in relation to maybe prior Mario games, like typical stuff that you would find in a spotlight about a new game. I think it's gonna look freaking beautiful. Okay. I think that we're also gonna, and I've been very, very skeptical about whether or not Xenoblade 2 was coming this year. But the more I keep hearing about it and how like they're finished with the soundtrack right now, like that game is pretty much almost done. So there's a good chance Xenoblade 2 is actually coming this year. I think that they might not give us a date, but they would at least give us like a window. Like maybe like December or like November 2017, but they're not gonna straight up say
it's probably gonna be a December
whatever date, blah blah blah, 2017. I don't think that's gonna happen. I think that they're probably gonna talk about the Zelda DLC. They're probably gonna reveal what that story DLC is actually about. Because right now it's pretty vague. We don't really know what it is, but I think that they're finally gonna unveil that at E3. I think we're gonna get a Super Smash Bros. Port announcement. I think that's definitely a thing. I think it's also possible that we're probably getting some type of a smaller game, like maybe like Animal Crossing or something like that. But yeah, I don't know if there's gonna be some bangers. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's gonna be some big surprises. I really hope they do because Nintendo needs it right now. I think that right now the Switch is in a good position. A lot of people are really excited about the Switch, but people also want to maintain that excitement. And I kind of feel like since Mario Kart dropped, the excitement for the Switch has kind of waned a little bit. So I think that it's really up to Nintendo to show us some hits at E3 aside from Mario Odyssey. And I don't know if that's gonna happen, but I really hope that that's what happens for them. So, and it might even be possible for them to announce a smaller game through the Treehouse, because sometimes they do that. They might announce a smaller game in the Treehouse that they didn't show in their E3 presentation. So
I hate when they do that.
I don't like that either, but I know that they do that sometimes.
That sounds very interesting. I'm on board for the Pikmin. So you can go ahead. Are you all done with your
Yeah.
presentation? All right, go
Yeah.
ahead, Alex. Tell us what you would like to see. We all know.
You guys know me. I deal in facts, so you're not gonna see Metroid because that's a dead franchise.
Alright.
We are going to see Pikmin 4 because that game is pretty much done at this point.
But what if Hey Pikmin is Pikmin 4? That's what I'm saying.
Get the news.
I don't think so because that's a side-scrolling Pikmin game.
But they never specified the gameplay style.
I just don't think that's going to be the main Pikmin game. But hey, we did get Federation 4, so I think crazy things have happened. We're obviously going to get a lot of Mario Odyssey. That is the quote-unquote spotlight of the show.
But it says including Super Mario Odyssey. It didn't say it was supposed to be about Super Mario Odyssey.
It's the focus. Come on.
It's going to be the focus.
But
though.
there's obviously going to be other stuff, but that's clearly
definitely.
the focus.
Yeah.
He's in the freaking advertisement for the directs.
Yeah.
So
because that's like the single biggest game coming out this year.
Yeah, which is why he is the focus, because he is the champion of gaming. But we're gonna get a lot of Mario Odyssey. You're gonna see some Mario Odyssey amiibo. We're gonna see the Smash Brothers ports with all the DLC, kind of like Mario Kart. Maybe a new character in there. I'm not sure. Probably not.
A new character in Mario Kart?
No, for Smash.
Oh, okay.
What else are we gonna get? We're gonna see Fire Emblem Warriors. We're gonna see Xenoblade Chronicles. They're gonna probably announce again that it's coming this year. We already have an announced date for Fire Emblem Warriors, right?
No.
We have like it's a fall or something. Maybe they'll actually give
fall,
us a date for that one. Finally get to see gameplay for it, so that's exciting. I'm hoping we see Retro Studios game, and I'm in the belief that it is a new IP, because at this point they've earned it with all their Metroid and Donkey Kong games.
Yes, they've earned it.
So I think they are going to get their shot, and it's going to be an amazing game, hopefully. What else? It's obviously a 30-minute show, so we can't expect too much. We are going to see some 3DS stuff.
Not at the spotlight.
Did they say that?
Yeah, it says on June 13th at 9 blah, blah, blah. Look for Nintendo Switch games for 2017.
Okay, good.
So no 3DS stuff except for in the Treehouse. In the Treehouse, they will talk about
the Treehouse.
3DS.
They have 3DS stuff.
I don't care about the Treehouse.
They might let something slip though, because it's Nintendo.
We'll see Xenoblade. We'll see Mario. We'll see Fire Emblem. The games we know are coming. Splatoon, obviously, because that comes out like a month after E3. We're gonna probably get some more Splatoon information. I don't think they're going to talk about console features or voice chat or any of that stuff because they simply don't have time. They'll probably they'll talk about that stuff during the Treehouse, so like less people notice, I guess. I don't think there's going to be a secret banger game because like Mario is the banger. That's the focus for the year. Like there is no bigger game that they could ever announce that's going to overshadow Mario Odyssey, anyways, because Zelda's already out. We're going to see the Zelda DLC. I agree with Nia with that. We're going to get an idea of what the story DLC is. And they're going to remind you, hey, you can buy the DLC for $20. And you get the t-shirts.
Yeah, t-shirts.
I don't know what else they are gonna show really. I'm not expecting too much. I'm pretty much
because they said
like,
2017, so we're not gonna see a lot
It's
of.
the stuff that we already know is coming, but we're gonna see gameplay now, which is totally fine. They're gonna show they're gonna have 3 tournaments out there, which is pretty crazy. It's a Splatoon tournament, ARMS tournament, and a Pokken tournament.
Lots of tournaments.
Maybe they will actually announce ARMS DLC, like what's coming in the next pack.
Maybe.
Potentially. But that's about it. Like I know it's going to be a good show because the games they're going to show are good. I'm just not expecting surprises.
Right.
Yeah. I could see that. Yeah, definitely.
Like maybe the only surprise would be retro, whatever they're making.
Yeah. Because they've been sitting on the game for like years.
Yeah, they've been sitting on a game for what 3 years now.
Yeah.
So
because they were supposed to show something. What was it?
They were supposed to show it last year.
Well, they've been supposed to show something since like 2012.
Yeah, but like we all know, like it was a Wii U game. It got pushed because the Wii U like was on its way out. So hopefully we get to see what it is.
Yeah,
I would love to get something from Platinum, like another exclusive from Platinum, because they did say they're working on a Switch game, but it's super early on.
True.
So I don't think we're actually going to see it this time. That's probably for next E3, unfortunately. Yeah. But they have something in the works for the Switch, an exclusive game, so that's exciting. Third-party stuff, we're probably going to see FIFA, I guess.
A lot of Japanese stuff.
A lot of Japanese games. I think E3 would be a better time to show the American stuff because it's more of an American audience.
Right.
But we'll see.
I don't think that's happening though. I think that
well,
they're gonna show Japanese stuff. Well, nobody cares about Skyrim. I mean, it's like so.
A lot of people care about Skyrim on the go.
Who cares about Skyrim on the go?
Didn't you see how excited people got when they saw Skyrim in that trailer?
No.
Okay, live in your little Metroid bubble.
Nobody.
Anyways, like,
nobody. Like people
Skyrim.
When they announced Skyrim, they were just like, "What? That game is old."
But it's the first time you can take it around with you. That's a big
Nobody cares. Okay, we'll see sales. We'll see the sales.
Well, obviously it's not going to sell. It's on a Nintendo console.
But a lot of people care though, right?
Yeah, but they don't care enough to buy it.
That's what I'm saying. So we agree.
So
So here's the thing with me and Alex. We usually agree a lot of stuff. But it's just semantics that gets in the way. We agree.
I agree that people are excited. You don't.
I agree that people are not as excited as you saying that they are.
They're excited. They're just not going to buy it because it doesn't say Nintendo.
You're both saying the same thing.
That's what a lot of
this is another one of those.
Bye, Felicia.
Moments.
Yeah.
It's another one of those moments. They're both practical.
But anyways,
anyway,
that's about it. You'll see FIFA and Skyrim and Mario and Fire Emblem and Xenoblade.
I forgot about Fire Emblem. Fire Emblem, you talking about the mainline one or Warriors?
I want to know if we're getting Hubby Ike or that weak
ass. Hubby Ike, Hubby Ike.
I hope it's scrawny ass Ike.
No.
Okay, look, hold up. So yeah. So anyway, so is that all for you?
It's like I don't think there's anything else happening.
All right. Well, for me, I guess. I mean, pretty much the same thing as what Alex said, and Nia for the most part, except for Metroid, I could give a care less. Sorry, I just don't care. Nobody cares about.
You've never played Metroid. You're irrelevant.
Of course not, and I don't care.
A lot of people haven't because it's not a.
Here's the thing: Coupon likes to side with Alex, low key.
Huh?
Like I
low key, you
don't
like
plan
to
on
side with
playing
Alex just because.
No, it's funny as hell because you get triggered and you say you don't, and it's like, dude, I can hear it in your voice. You're triggered.
Because y'all like to gang up on me. That ain't cool.
But you're triggered right
that
now.
ain't cool. Listen, we're supposed to be a team. We team
Yo,
red.
What the fuck is going on?
We team red. But no, y'all like to gang up on me when we team red.
She feels assaulted or something.
I feel assaulted by my teammates. I feel assaulted by my teammates. Okay, I feel assaulted that my teammates like to gang up on me.
And now I get to be neutral about this argument.
Y'all are picking the wrong day to miss.
Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead into my little spiel. But anyway, so for the most part, the stuff I would like to see, which I absolutely know is not gonna be a thing, more or less. I want to see what this Pikmin thing is all about. If it's a thing, make sure it's a real Pikmin. I would like to see a real Kirby. Or you could port the triple
yeah.
deluxes and the freaking
Combo
Robobots over. You can give us a combo pack.
Boring.
I would love to
Yo.
see that, or
Why
actual
can't we
freaking
get
Kirby.
Planet Robobot? Like Planet Robobot 2 on the Switch?
Like something, I don't care, a sequel, anything, but a real Kirby, not no fucking shit where I gotta use a fucking stylus or some shit and write.
That was the worst game.
That was horrible. I don't
I'm
wanna see
glad
that.
I passed on that game, bro. I'm
I
so
don't wanna do
that
happy.
game so much.
So I'm pretty sure we're not gonna see that, but it would be nice. I would like to see another Bayonetta, but I know that's not in the works yet. That's not ready yet. It's in the works.
They said they haven't even started yet.
I'm pretty
But they
sure.
haven't
They're
started
thinking
on
about
the
it.
game.
Yeah. But I would like to see them actually bring over 1 and 2 to the Switch for people who missed out on it on the Wii U. That I would like to see, but it's not something I would announce at E3 though. So it could be a thing, but it's cool if they do. Just oh, and by the way, but for the most part, a Kid Icarus would be nice, but I don't think that's gonna be a thing anytime soon.
Fly from the inside said. Fly from the inside said. Said Kirby Rainbow worst.
Pretty much, yep.
Yeah, it's awful.
Yep.
Like, it's
Oh
terrible.
my god,
it was not
Nintendo
great.
should like give everyone a refund for that.
Like,
game.
it was a beautiful game. Don't get me wrong. I enjoyed it for what it brought to the table, but it's still annoying as fuck.
I'm glad I passed on that game. I knew that game was gonna be trash.
I was just mad because all I'm looking at is a freaking tablet. I'm like, dude, I don't have time for this shit.
Yeah,
like, I have a beautiful freaking TV right here, and I can't see this shit.
Yeah, that's why I passed. I'm like, nah,
so
I can't with that.
One of the many reasons the Wii U was just a bad design console.
Yeah, we're gonna do split screen. Why are you trying to turn this into some kind of standard 3D
handheld device
into the
and making it work on a screen and a TV?
Yeah, this is essentially what it is. It was a 3DS at home.
Right.
Dave J said the Nintendo's E3 this year is gonna be as bad as their 2015 E3.
I need
oh, that E3 was so bad.
That
E3 was so bad.
There's no 20-minute Mario Maker smiles and clapping session this time.
That E3 was so bad.
That's horrible.
That was the one that broke my soul.
Yeah, that one legit broke my soul.
I think that broke a lot of people's soul.
Well, somebody's soul is still broken,
it's
but
still
we
broken
know.
Today, but whatevs. But anyway, back to what I was saying. So for the most part, we're probably gonna see the stuff that we already know about. Obviously, Super Mario Odyssey is gonna be the main focal point.
Yeah.
The Pokken tournaments and the ARM tournaments and Splatoon tournaments. They might throw some sneaky little surprise in there that nobody was expecting, because sometimes Nintendo gets around on us. But I don't think it's going to be something super, super, like, out of left field. It's just going to be, like, interesting. Maybe they'll announce a Smash freaking DX. I don't know. Maybe not. Who cares?
That needs to happen.
That might be.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's happening, but it might not happen at E3. It might be next year. Who knows?
Yeah.
Or maybe this year. Who knows? But it would be nice if they do announce it. I wouldn't be against it. And I definitely wouldn't be against them adding a couple extra characters in the mix for the DX version as well.
They gotta take
they've already
Mega Man needs to leave.
Oh my god, that's so petty.
We need to take Mega Man out. I don't give a fuck. I'm petty as fuck.
Nintendo has said
hashtag get rid of freaking Mega Man shit.
Nintendo has said that they plan on focusing on 2017 games. I really hope that they at least give us one little
Well, that's why I said don't expect anything.
Times they said like a time frame, they kept it within that time frame.
Yeah, so I expect us to see mostly everything that we already know about for 2017
stuff.
Yeah, and that's why I'm saying if I had a wish, maybe they'll give us an announcement of something that ain't coming until later, but just an announcement.
Because we don't want
we'll get to see some chins again.
Chronicles again. Because I don't want to see a game and then be fucking waiting 3 years.
I don't want that experience. That really was a bad one.
I prefer them to show stuff that's coming out.
They did that with Xenoblade Chronicles X. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's why Xenoblade was so irritating, because it was so long.
And that's why I need also an announcement for.
Microsoft's doing that too. They're only going to talk about games that are coming in within that year.
And that's the way they should do it.
With at least a year out. If
I don't mind them
announcing a new next year, I wouldn't have a problem with that.
This is my thing. I don't have a problem with them announcing a new title or something, but don't sit up there and say coming next year or coming. Don't give us some.
We already know one. That's the
vague.
real part.
Yeah. Don't give us some kind of vague type of year date. Just this is an announcement. That's more information coming later. Done. So that way you'd be like, oh, okay, we have a new thing, but you have no idea when it's coming. And if it gets close to the time it's coming out, that's when you start talking about release dates and shit. Like,
Right.
but for the most part, I just need to know if I know this is a long stretch, and this is just because I'm a brat, but I would like to hear about some kind of Phoenix Wright something or other. But I know that ain't gonna be a thing.
Yeah, I don't see
It's
that
gonna
happening.
happen eventually.
It'll happen.
I
I
don't see
mean,
that
not
happening
A3
until,
this
like,
year,
not this
but I
year.
mean, not this year. But
Oh,
it's
we'll
something I
probably
would like
actually
to
see the. We'll probably see the two Sonic games too.
Oh yeah,
that's right.
those
Yep,
games.
definitely. We'll see that. But
Some
that's just
people in
something
the
I
chat keep
wish
talking
to
about
hear
Mario
about.
Rabbids. Do y'all think
Yeah.
Mario Rabbids is
Oh
gonna
Rabbids.
shit!
come
I
out this
totally
year?
forgot about. Of course they're gonna talk
I
about it.
totally
Yeah,
forgot
they'll-
about that.
Yeah, they'll
Because we
more
haven't
likely talk
officially
about
had
it.
it revealed yet.
Yeah.
That's
So
actually
they'll-
going to be a huge part of the show. I can't believe we
Yeah,
forgot that.
I'm
it's
kind
like
of
a
one of
big
those
deal.
people that like I'm not gonna believe it until they see it. Until I see it.
I need to see it. I want to see it.
I hope
'cause
it's not a thing.
It's an action RPG game,
I
right?
don't give a damn.
It's probably gonna be turn based if they're talking how they're
It is
talking.
turn-based. They already
Because
said that.
they're making it seem like it's gonna be like, well, you said action, so, but
Oh my bad. Well, whatever.
Because,
it's like the South Park games.
they're trying to. I feel like they're making it seem like it's gonna be like that. What was that one Mario RPG, the 7 Stars or something like that with Square Enix?
Mhm.
That collaboration they did like in the 90s.
Yeah.
That's what people are making it seem like it's gonna be like that.
The only thing that worries me about this game is this was supposed to be a Wii U game, and that's a different audience. So it might be very. That's why it's so meme heavy, because I think it's more geared towards children. So like we'll see. I hope it turns out to be a good game, but I don't know. We'll see.
Oh yeah, something else I would like to hear about, and I know it's coming, but probably we ain't gonna hear about it this year. But Animal Crossing,
Yeah, I hope that they announce an Animal Crossing. I mean,
They're
I
gonna-
don't care about Animal Crossing, but a lot of people want Animal Crossing. So like,
I just
great
They
wanted
need
to
one
see
after that.
Animal
They
Crossing.
need one.
Fucking
Oh
one for the
yeah,
Wii U.
that. Oh yeah, the
It was like
Happy Home Designer Records.
I feel
or something.
like-
no,
Fire.
Amiibo Festival.
Amiibo
Oh, the
Festival.
Amiibo Festival, and the Home Wrecker one on the 3DS.
At least that was an actual game.
Ugh. But yeah, those are pretty much it. Just the stuff we already know about, stuff that's kind of obvious, and then hopefuls,
Hopes.
hopes and dreams dashed because
Well,
headphones.
I
Whatever.
will put it this way: it can't possibly get any worse. Than
They
E3
can't get any worse. I
Why
mean,
would
it's
you
been
say
good.
that? Why
It
would you
can't
say
be.
that?
It can't be
It's not
any
that-
worse
there's
than
nothing
E3
bad going on.
2015.
Oh my god, why would you say that?
It
Why
can't
would
be
that
any
even be a
worse.
thing, though?
Why would you
it
say
can't
that,
be.
though?
But why would that be a
Because
thing?
Because Dave
But
J
why-
was like, it's gonna be as bad. Like there's nothing that Nintendo
There's a
could
difference
do.
when you're trolling like Dave J, and then
Right.
a second, there's a difference when you say it the way you're saying it, because
It
you're
can't
like, nah, there's
be-
no way it's gonna be worse.
It
It's gonna
can't
be worse
be.
now. Thanks, Nia.
It can't be.
So
worse
anyway,
than
just
2015.
as a public service announcement,
She is
as
trying
a
to
public
say
service
on
announcement, when
TV
E3 comes and it could get worse, and it is worse.
There's no way it
Be
could be
sure
worse.
to send
Oh my
all
God.
your hate mails to Nia, the video
my
game
God.
her. She made this happen.
Now I know
Hashtag
I'll be gang
jinxed
up on
it.
you.
Oh, wait a minute! All I said is
Hashtag
it can't be a worse
Oh my
E3
God.
than
She said it
2015.
again.
Why are
It
you
can't
still
be
saying
worse.
it?
It can't
Why
be
are you
Stop.
saying
But
worse.
it,
why are you
Why?
thinking it's gonna be
It
Why are you
worse?
trying to
can't
sabotage this?
possibly be worse than E3
Oh my
Why
God.
are you thinking it's
Oh my
2015.
worse
God.
at all?
Why
I don't think it's gonna be bad, but I'm
Oh my
saying
God.
Don't say
to
that.
the people. Why are y'all mad at me? I'm just saying it can't be any worse than
Oh my God. Why does she
2015.
keep saying this?
It can't be any worse than
Oh my
E3
God. She
2015.
said it again.
Okay, so when it's worse, hashtag Nia jinxed us.
Nah, if it's
Yep.
worse, you need to be heading up Nintendo. Like, why you keep giving us
Hashtag
bad
Nia jinxed
E3s?
us.
No, if it's worse than 2015, I'll be throwing this Switch in the garbage.
Oh my god, hell yeah.
I don't think it's gonna be bad. I
Oh
mean,
my gosh, she said it again.
it's
She's
not
still
gonna be
saying it.
bad. It's gonna be a good E3.
Oh my gosh.
It's gonna be a good show.
This is why we gang up on you, and she wants.
Exactly.
It's
That's why we hang up on you.
it's gonna be a good show.
Oh my god.
Oh, now it's gonna be a good show.
Oh, now it's a good show.
It's gonna
Now
be
it's a good show.
it's gonna be a great show.
Can't be any worse.
Oh
It's
my
gonna be
gosh.
an astronomical show.
Well, does anybody have anything else they would like to bring to the table as far
Well,
as
we could
E3
go
is
into
concerned?
questions because we're going pretty long.
Okay. Do you got something that's already there? Because ain't nobody got questions.
I got
yet
a
on my
couple of
end.
questions from King Avery.
Ask
Alright, so-
questions.
Ask questions, folks. Go ahead, Nia.
Let's see. King Avery asked, "Will we hear about the virtual console and what consoles will support it? And will Final Fantasy I guess he means remake, and Kingdom Hearts 3 make its way to the Switch. This is from King Avery.
Man, Kingdom Hearts 3 is coming like 2030. What do you care?
Yeah,
We'll be on the
Kingdom
Switch
Hearts.
by then.
Kingdom
Like, that
Hearts
shit-
ain't coming no
Kingdom
time
Hearts
soon
ain't
for
coming
any
anytime soon.
any
They already
console.
announced that. That shit
Kingdom
ain't
Hearts,
coming.
like, didn't they say it's gonna take another 3 years?
Yeah,
3
they
to
said
4
something. They
years.
said
That
something
shit
crazy.
is gonna come out when my kids are like fucking grandkids. And got like that
That's
shit
gonna
ain't
be a
coming out anymore.
while.
It's
I
dead.
don't
It's
think
dead.
that game's even been started yet. And what
Yeah.
they showed us was just like a movie.
What
Right.
about Virtual Console? Y'all think Virtual Console is gonna be shown at E3 or what?
Nah.
Eh,
I don't
Not
think we're
really.
gonna see it this year.
I think it's just
E3.
games.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
Virtual
They
Console.
need to-
That's
they
probably
need
gonna
to-
get its own thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they need
Virtual
to
Console is
kinda
gonna get
focus
its
on
own
that.
direct.
Yeah. They
Well,
need
if
to focus on the
Pokemon
games.
on the fucking 3DS can get its own direct, I think Virtual Console can. So.
Yeah. And he also asked, will we see Kid Icarus for the Switch? And will we see
I hope
any
so.
Ooh, I hope
Bethesda
At some
games
point.
this year?
No.
Yeah, we're getting Skyrim.
Aside from Skyrim, I think he
Oh,
means.
then no.
That's it.
Aside from Skyrim, no. I don't think we're gonna see a Kid Icarus for the Switch, but I really wish that they would.
I want my Platinum games.
I think
to
we'll
get
see
released.
one, just not anytime
Platinum
soon.
Games Kid Icarus is also sounds pretty dope.
It
Yeah,
might be.
amazing.
It might be
Yes.
one. Yeah. Damn, dude.
And
As
then
long, like, at least they have a good relationship, unlike Platinum and Microsoft.
'Cause,
and
you know,
then
scale
another
down.
question that I have is from Levon Kaysen. Which third-party games will we see for the Switch at E3? I feel like anything Square Enix is free game. Anything Bandai Namco is free game.
Capcom maybe.
Anything not
Unless it's
anything
Megaman.
Capcom, because Capcom be tripping sometimes. So
Yeah, sometimes.
some things from Capcom. Who
You
else
know,
is a
like
big
20-year-old
Japanese?
fighting games for $40.
Who else is a
There's
big
that.
player in Japan as far as
Nobody.
third party? Like okay,
Koei
Square
Tecmo.
Enix, Koei
Yeah, we said
Tecmo.
Koei though, right?
Can't think of anyone else, but you can guarantee those games are going to be shown, or somebody from either of those companies is going to show a game. Because Nintendo's got
like,
Japan
they get way
in
better Japanese
good
support.
graces. Yeah,
Sega. You might see some Sega
yeah,
stuff.
some Sega stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be like the highlight for real.
The Sonic, furry friends forever game.
Furry friends forever. Oh my god.
You know,
Oh my
cool if,
God.
like Sonic Forces on the Switch had like exclusive Nintendo costumes. That'd be cool. Stuff like that is always nice.
Mario Odyssey had the hat.
Yeah, like the Mario Odyssey hat. That'd be cool. I'm just mostly excited to see Mario Odyssey. I'm actually gonna play it the week of E3.
Yeah, because they're having a little thing where you are, right? Their little showcase or whatever.
So I'm happy. Yeah, they're
That's
having
what's
a Mario showcase the 3 days of E3, so I'm gonna go
that's
down
cool.
and play Mario Odyssey several months before it's released.
That's what's up.
I feel like I was gonna add something to that, but I don't remember.
Xbox is the best box.
Oh my god.
Y'all ain't got no questions over here, cause I'm not gonna be.
They don't
looking-
like asking questions until
I'm
we're
talking about on our
actually
end.
getting
They
ready
just like-
to leave.
They like to
shit.
troll. They like to talk shit and troll, and I'm not gonna. Ask any questions of some stupid shit y'all put
I'm
in
just
the
happy
chat.
they didn't break out and talk about the fucking Scorpio again.
Oh my god.
I know. I think that guy
shit,
wasn't
that-
there. He just disappeared.
Oh,
or
he's
something.
Taco
not here
EV,
today.
they're
I
not gonna
didn't
talk
see him.
about Poke Park 3, sorry.
Nope.
Talk about
Oh,
what?
that's what I was gonna say about the furry thing. Okay, so y'all, I saw on Twitter somebody was cosplaying as freaking Kaz from The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, right? Like his suit was on point, my boy. He looked just like Kaz from Zelda. He had the accordion. It was playing the like that joint went hard, my dude. So I liked it. I was like, I'm gonna get this a like real quick. This is what's up. So I saw like the tag after the fact, and it went to like this furry convention thing, and I'm just like,
No thanks.
this is interesting.
Don't do it. You clicked on it, didn't you?
I clicked and I was like, I was very traumatized. I
You
put
should
it like
feel
that.
dirty.
I feel
poor thing.
like I was traumatized.
I'll call Mega and we'll have an intervention to get you better because that is horrible. Poor thing. No, she clicked on it.
I didn't
she
know.
got furry contaminated.
I didn't know that was a thing.
You're not supposed to do that.
I
If
didn't
you
know.
don't know, don't know. She
I
got
didn't
furry
know.
Yeah, furry contaminated.
All I saw was a dope cast cosplay. I didn't know it was related to some like furry con. I'm sorry.
Yeah, the furry side of the internet, stay far, far away. Do not. Just don't.
Always try with
All right, I think I found a question. Let me see. If it's valid first before I ask it. Okay, so this is a valid one from Matthew Pipes. Would you guys rather have Nintendo reveal new IPs at this year's E3 or bring back old IPs?
I want them to bring back some old stuff. Because
I would rather a mixture of both.
A mixture would be dope, but like Nintendo has so many IPs in their vault. They have every genre imaginable to man. So it's like you already have it there.
I would take some old IPs and make them new. Like take old IPs and give us some new games with them. Yeah, that's what I would do. I don't think I would want like actual
games like they did with Zelda.
Yeah, I agree.
I
got some good questions right now. Y'all ask us some.
Go ahead, because we ain't got too many over here. Okay, that was like the one out of how many?
All right, so I got a question from Dave J, and then I have another question from Geek GEAK, who's a good channel to watch, by the way. Go watch his channel. First from Dave J, how hyped are you for the Nintendo conference or E3? So I guess between like 1 and 10, 10 being your most excited, how hyped are you for Nintendo's E3?
I would just say 5.
Compared to the other ones?
No, just how hyped are you for Nintendo's E3 in general?
In general,
I don't know, like an 8, I guess.
Yeah, I'm a 5. I'm just kind of neutral.
I'm kind of like I'm kind of middle. I'm kind of teetering on 6 and 7.
Yeah, you can
this
throw
is the
me.
calmest.
You could like throw me in 6, because I'm more excited than I am like just not excited. But I'm like not super excited. It's just like, hey, let's see what happens.
And don't get it twisted. I'm looking forward to Nintendo's E3 because obviously I'm a big Nintendo fan. I want to know what they're gonna show, but Nintendo is just so weird. Like sometimes they have bangers and sometimes they don't. So
I don't know. It's just they're so good at burning you sometimes when you least expect it. So I try to keep myself at a nice, comfortable, happy medium. I'm comfortable right now. I am excited. I am looking forward to it, but I'm not overly like invested right now. Like once they drop all their bombs, whatever they may be, good or bad, then I can assess the situation and be excited or be pissed off and triggered and flipping the hell out.
That's kind of how I feel. Like what they show is what they show.
So 6 is where I'm standing at. Like I'm not completely out of the loop, but I ain't trying to jump up and down for joy and all that good shit. Like fuck no.
What about you, Darkstar? What are you?
How you feeling?
This is probably the calmest I've ever been before, like an E3. Like I'm just
calm before.
So if you had to give yourself like a rating between 1 and 10,
it's never really been super exciting for E3s for any of them.
I always get excited. This year's calmer for me too, because like Xbox, we know what we're getting. Sony, it's gonna be more of the same, just gameplay this time. And Nintendo, we kind of know majority of the games already.
Yeah.
So if you had to give yourself a score, Darkstar, between 1 and 10,
probably like a 6 or a 7, just kind of coasting along. All we got to do is not fuck it up, and I'll be good.
Basically,
pretty much.
I think this Pokemon Direct like tempered a lot of people.
I don't know. I've always been tempered, but let's see. We have our other question from Geek. It says, do y'all think the Switch will continue its success by this time next year? I'm gonna say yes, because the Nintendo Switch actually has a good lineup of games. Like the games coming this year, like people are like, oh well, we have a dry spell between right now on Mario Kart, but like the rest of the year is like banging. Like no matter how
they're getting the biggest banger of all, fucking Mario,
and that's gonna be
Zelda
like
was gonna sell consoles. Yes, nothing compared to Mario.
And Mario's gonna be the biggest. It's gonna be the biggest game this year. Like I don't care what's happening on the other consoles; they got some good games too. But Mario is gonna be a banger.
The world's strongest console.
Like the face of gaming. Yeah, the face of gaming is obviously Mario. Like everybody and anybody. I've worked at GameStop. People around the world.
Overrated.
I do think Mario's overrated.
And it is overrated, not.
It is overrated. Sorry.
He is single-handedly going to kill all the other conferences.
He is overrated, but his games are not. That's just where I stand. But
I think certain games are overrated. But not overall, he's not overrated.
Anyway, I got a question. So, would you want to see? Would you want them to announce new IPs over, or would you rather they announce GameCube Virtual Console?
Oh my
Something
God,
overrated is
what?
GameCube. Why would I
What?
want GameCube games over new IPs?
Why would you want that?
You
I'm
can keep
sorry,
your
but
GameCube. I'm sorry, but that
listen.
shit is
I'm,
like
oh
overrated.
my
as hell.
God!
Yeah.
Thank you, Alice. We agree on something. Oh my
Oh,
God! The GameCube fans, stop. Just stop.
There's two
Like the game.
consoles in this world which are severely overrated. One is the Sega Dreamcast, and the other is the Nintendo GameCube.
Like GameCube fanboys drive me crazy.
Yeah.
Trigger warning.
They legit trigger me. I'm sorry. They trigger me.
When are we gonna get that GameCube adapter for the
I'm
Switch?
so sick of that damn thing.
Yo,
Like,
I want
no.
that so much. No,
No,
hurry.
Oh
fuck
my
no,
God.
fuck
Here
that
we
thing.
go.
Move on.
What is wrong with the
Move
Pro
on.
controller?
Fuck a Smash. Smash play it with
hold
like
on,
real
no.
man.
You about-
Play it like
no,
a
you
real
about-
man with a
Yo,
pro
you about to make
controller.
me mad up in this bitch.
What is wrong with playing
Listen,
Smash with a Pro
Let
Okay,
me
go.
explain. Let me explain.
Go ahead.
Listen,
All right,
as
explain.
a Smash Bros veteran, I've been to tournaments, spent thousands of hours. I will not play Smash Bros on anything but a game. You
Oh
just
my
cannot do it.
God.
No, you can't
Oh
do
my
it.
God.
I guarantee if you play as much Smash Bros as us, you will know you cannot play Smash Bros with another controller. You need
It's
to have
in your mental.
Nintendo.
It's in your mind. It's in your
Let it
mind.
ride.
Not in your
One second. Every single Smash Brothers game controls differently, feels differently than the last one. What the fuck does it matter what controller you're using?
The last two control the same way.
The one on the Wii and the Wii U do not feel the same.
Bruh. Actually, you're right. The last three play the same because you can use the GameCube controller for all three of those.
They have none of the characters move the same way. They all have feel.
Oh yeah, but the controller, my guy. Listen, when I first got Smash on the Wii U, I only had the Pro controller for like a few months because the adapter was sold out. As soon as I transferred over, I was like, why? I'm so mad I didn't get this earlier because it's trash compared. The Pro controller is trash compared to the GameCube controller. It's just doesn't make any sense why you want to not use the GameCube.
I think that's all subliminal.
I'm just gonna say this. This stuff is all stuck in their mind. It is so deep in their crevices of their brain space they can't even help their damn selves. I'm gonna need y'all to calm down with this GameCube controller.
It's like
Let
Sony
it
still
die.
using that inferior DualShock design just because their fan base is used to
Let
the
that shit
thumbsticks in
die,
the
my
wrong
fam.
area.
Let that shit die, fam.
Yeah, I don't know what it's like over
Let
here.
that shit fam die. Well, hey, more power to you because you ain't getting that adapter. I'll be damned. I'm boycotting. They'll make it. Nintendo, like, yeah,
it might actually come. I can see it coming.
You'll probably get it, so don't worry. But my God, why?
Money for them.
They love selling peripherals. That's just an easy way for them to make another $20.
I mean, people will buy it over and over
again. You
again.
can probably use the Wii U one.
Probably.
It's just a USB connection, anyways.
Yeah, true.
But they're gonna resell it.
Okay. Do you think it's possible for Nintendo to give Mario Odyssey the Mario Maker treatment at E3?
No,
what?
Definitely not.
No, that's their new engine. Why would they?
Yeah, no. Mm-mm.
Mario Maker's for the 2D games, not the 3D.
Yeah, that's for the 2D. Yeah. Let me see. What's this?
Here's a good one from Taco Evie. Would you rather have a Super Smash Bros. 4 Deluxe or a new Smash but in 2 years? I say just bring the new Smash in 2 years.
Deluxe. Just give me the Deluxe, man.
Nobody wants to wait 2 years for Smash.
I'll just take the Deluxe because, quite frankly, I don't see you being able to do it much more.
Like,
you have a lot of characters. You can add more characters to the Deluxe version in DLC format and more stages. Let
me put it to you this way. Would you rather have a hamburger today or a steak in 2 years?
I'm hungry now.
I mean, how hungry are you
now? You starving right now. You starving right now. You gonna die if you wait too much longer. But you want that steak because you gotta wait for that steak for 2 years.
You gotta wait 2 years for that steak to age.
You're dead. You're fucking dead.
All I know is
I'd rather have Deluxe within the first year than wait another 2 years.
All I know is with Super Smash Bros. 5, we better get something other than Twilight Princess assets for the Zelda
like, can I get someone else, Skyward Sword, any fucking body? I'm tired of Twilight Princess.
I'm sorry, I can't do
like
Twilight Princess.
You could keep Sheik and freaking Zelda as Twilight, but Link need to move on from there. Like, can I get the other Links now?
The Twilight Link is the most realistic and combat ready one.
I don't give a shit.
I'm done with Twilight Princess assets.
Like, he can still keep the Twilight Princess, like, fighting style. Just make them look different, I guess. Whatevs. I don't
Disagree.
I'm sick of seeing those assets, fam.
do you what?
No, I'm just saying, I'm just sick of seeing the assets.
Do you think that Bandai Namco would showcase Super Smash Bros. DX? Huh?
We just talked about that.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Like,
DX is deluxe, I guess.
Okay, yeah. Yeah.
I think we should end questions.
Yeah, I think we're
like
done
2
because
hours.
fuckboy hours. I see fuckboy hours coming. Incoming fuckboy hours. So, ladies and gentlemen in the chat, boys and girls, E3, it's around the corner. It's coming. Nintendo's gonna give us maybe some things that we didn't expect. Maybe not. I don't know. I'm pretty sure we're gonna see mostly everything we already know before. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and close out this freaking podcast because fuckboy hours is not my cup of tea. And there you have it. So we're gonna go ahead and sign out. We're gonna start with Darkstar. Go ahead and tell us where you're coming from and what you're doing on your channel, and sign on out. Where's he at? Did he fall out?
Oh, no,
Darkstar?
I keep hitting the
Okay.
wrong button. Let's push the talk. I'm not using it. My bad. Dude.
Oh, you can set it to where it'll just stay for you to talk.
My bad.
We'll set that up for you after the fact.
True. But yo, name's Darkstar DX. You can find me at Darkstar DX on YouTube. Posting up a couple prediction videos with a couple friends probably tomorrow. You guys can check that out. That'd be dope. And thanks for having me on, guys.
No problem. Definitely welcome here. I've been watching. I watched your that one video about the headsets. That shit had me laughing.
Oh my god.
That video was hilarious.
He was so upset. He's like, "What time is it? I'm mad."
He woke up at like 6
yeah.
o'clock in the morning.
Yeah,
way too early for that bullshit.
It was way too early for that, definitely. But yep. So yeah, go check him out. I'm pretty sure we'll have some links in the comments or in the descriptions below. So check him out. He has an awesome channel, very well put together. So Alex, go ahead and sign yourself out.
What's going on, everyone? Active Sin here is another week of Team Red Talks Nintendo. We had some interesting predictions, some stupid nonsense with voice chat and Pokemon, and what else was stupid today? Oh yeah, Megaman. That was dumb.
Yeah, that was stupid.
You're an idiot, Capcom. Whoever works there, you're a bunch of dumbasses. The Pokemon Company, you're a bunch of stupid assholes too.
Dang.
I hope we never get another Metroid game. Retro, I hope you're making a new IP. Yeah, that's about it, I guess. I'm excited to play Mario Odyssey before all of you guys, so that's fun too.
Freaking Alex, bro.
Asshole City. And bringing it right on over to you, Nia. Go ahead and sign yourself out.
What is up, everybody? It's your girl, Nia, TheVideoGamHer. Thank you guys so much for watching. We got a lot of people watching today. We got up to like 43 people watching on my side. So I appreciate all you guys. Make sure you make sure you give this podcast a share so that more people can come in and listen to the Team Red Talks. I keep telling y'all I'm going to start splicing the podcast and putting them up individually, and that has not happened yet. I'm sorry. It will happen at some point. I promise. It will happen.
She lying.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna start keeping track of time on OBS so I can know like time points. So I can know where to like splice and like put it up or whatever. But we had some good discussions today. Glad that Darkstar could come through and be a part of the foolery that goes down in Team Red.
He was so confused.
He was so confused. Like, it's all love. A lot of you guys in the chat like, oh my god, like, no, it's all love. We a team. It's all love. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you share this and like this on both my page as well as Alex's page, and make sure you come back next week for Team Red on Tuesday and Mario Kart Monday on Monday.
Alrighty then. So I am Coupon Strive. You're not getting a Metroid. We're definitely gonna see a Pokemon. And we Struggle streams incoming. Got some new characters and some new games that came out. So I'm about to check that out tomorrow, hopefully. But yeah, E3 y'all get hype, I guess.
I don't know if anybody in this
I don't
room
know.
is hyped,
I'm
though.
too,
That's crazy.
people are I think everybody's mostly just mellow.
I think it's
Everyone's
worthy to get
mellow. It's
excited.
cool. You can be hype. You can be hype. You definitely can be hype. I'm not gonna tell nobody not to get hype, but get hype, but not for Metroid. All right, we're out of here.
Oh my god.
I just got him.